playing along with our high school band and our flag corps. We appreciate the flag corps, the band, the junior high band will be coming out in a little bit. Thank you. Labette County High School, marching band.
I think we're going live. Sounds like that's the crowd. All right, look at that. Hey, all right, we're
This production of Pittsburgh Sports Live is presented by Crawcan, your community technology partner. Don't get bit by slow speeds and high prices. Get Gigabit, the fastest internet in Southeast Kansas, with Crawcan. Learn more about Crawcan's no-nonsense pricing and multi-gig internet at ckt.net. Good evening, everybody. Welcome out to Labette County High School in Altamont, Kansas for tonight's matchup between the Pittsburgh Purple Dragons and the Labette County Grizzlies. I'm Josh Ledner, alongside me J.J. Carlinger, and the Dragons come into tonight's game 1-1 on the season. Altamont coming in for 2-0 for the first time since the mid-1990s that the Grizzlies has started 2-0, and the Dragons trying to get back on the winning track after a loss last week at Shawnee Mission South. We'll get into all that as we roll into the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show on the other side of this break. We'll be back. You're getting ready to watch some Dragon football on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
Today we're going to do an experiment to see just how fast Crawcan's multi-gig internet is. In your email, you'll find 2 links. When I say go, click on the first link to download the 500 gigabyte test file. Go! Okay, now when I say go, click on the second link in your email to upload the file. Go! I guess it really does eclipse all other internet.
Release the Crawcan. Monstrous multi-gig speeds for a low, no-nonsense price.
Having the right financial partner can make all the difference. Community National Bank and Trust believes banking should do more than just hold your money. We support your goals, simplify your day-to-day, and give you room to grow with quality banking services. Withdraw, transfer, invest, apply for loans, and talk with our banking professionals online, over the phone, or in person. Let Community National Bank and Trust help you build a banking experience that works for you. Community National Bank and Trust, equal housing lender and member FDIC.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Chicken Annie's of Girard is something to crow about. Their family-style restaurant continues a Southeast Kansas tradition with their specialty fried chicken, plus famous homemade onion rings, chicken and noodles, and so much more. And of course, their delicious homemade pies. Dine in or carry out available. Chicken Annie's of Girard has the best value, flavor, and service in the area. Stop in soon or call for catering. 620-724-4090.
Having the right financial partner can make all the difference.
Welcome back to Altamont, Kansas. Labette County High School sided tonight's matchup between the Pittsburgh High School Purple Dragons and the Labette County Grizzlies. I'm Josh Lettner, alongside me J.J. Carlinger, and this is the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show brought to you by none other than Community National Bank and Trust, your neighbors, your partners, and your biggest supporters for personal and business banking to mortgages, credit cards, and investments. CNB has the tools you'll need with the services you deserve. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust, where community comes first. All right, so Dragons last week drop a 35-6 decision at Shawnee Mission South. A tough game. We knew it was going to be tough going into that one, JJ, and the Dragons just a little bit outgunned in that one physically by Shawnee Mission South, and it just kind of got away from them in that second half. But some bright spots to take away, some improvements in that game, but nonetheless, it went in the loss column, and the Dragons trying to bounce back tonight.
Yeah, so good things that I took away out of that game. We faced, our offensive line faced some really big defensive linemen with Shawnee Mission South, and what we were able to do is really impose our will several times, and I think if that's something that we can build off, then we may be looking all right tonight. I think what we're going to see tonight on defensive line probably not going to be the same size of kids that we saw last week. So I'm really looking for our line to lead the way. And then, of course, Malcolm Riley, what a runner he's been, and he showed it last week. I think we're going to see a healthy dose of him again tonight.
229 yards on the season for Riley, 2 touchdowns. He's averaging about 115 per game. Carried the ball 40 times in those first 2 games, but with Christian Krogan out tonight, which we're going to talk about here in just a second, Mason could get the ball 40 times tonight.
Could. Yeah, certainly could. And, hey, I'm here for it. I mean, I want to see it. I love seeing those big nasties, push them around, and let's see what we do with it.
And on the other side of the ball, Labette County, we mentioned they're 2-0 for the first time since, I want to say, 1993. I believe one of their coaches told me before the game. They're coming off a Week 1 win, 26-6 over their in-county rival Parsons.
Right.
And that's a pretty bitter rivalry for those folks who don't know Labette County that well. Pretty bitter rivalry. And then a win 27-20 here at home against Winfield last week. And so they're feeling pretty good coming into this game. They're led by Deontay Fields. He plays the running back, wide receiver, cornerback, kind of a jack of all trades for him. Definitely a guy to keep an eye on if you're that Dragon defense. He's averaging about 113 yards per game, a couple touchdowns, very similar to Malcolm Riley on the Pittsburgh side. And then Nolan Nash, 70 receiving yards per game. And their quarterback, Aaron Wyrick, 6-foot junior, 180 pounds. He's thrown 15 completions out of 31 attempts this year. He's got 2 touchdowns, 2 picks, 238 yards. So they do like to sling it around compared to what Pittsburgh's seen thus far this season. So going to test those defensive backs tonight. And, again, that defensive line's got to get some pressure.
Yeah, and we got the guys to do it. Big Pinamani up there in front. He's going to make a difference. Damaris Partee, he made his debut last week of the season, and I think he ended up leading the team in tackles last week, so definitely wouldn't be a surprise to see him do it again.
All right. Well, it seems like the perfect time to step away for a quick break. We'll come back. We'll get you your keys to the game, your starting lineups as we're getting close to kickoff here in Altamont, Kansas. The sun's starting to dip. It's the golden hour. If you're going to get your close-up, your portraits taken, this is a good time to do it. We're about 15 minutes away from kickoff here in Altamont. We'll step away for a quick break. We'll be back with more of the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show. You're watching Dragon Football on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
At the Farm and Ranch Division of the Four-State Agency, we're a team of experts who genuinely care about you and your farming operation. That's why whether it's a visit to your farm or a friendly chat at our office, we're committed to delivering the service you deserve. Our team is fully licensed in both crop insurance and LRP, allowing us to cover your entire farming operation across Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Contact us today to see how we can help.
Selling equipment can be a hassle, whether you're needing to replace an old tractor or you're finally getting to retire. The time and energy needed to clean, prep, promote, and sell seems daunting. That's why you need Tyler Jackman and Big Iron Auctions. From one piece to the whole farm, Big Iron Auctions can deliver your items to more than 750,000 registered bidders. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 or learn more at BigIronAuctions.com.
At Girard Medical Center, our physical and occupational therapy department is dedicated to helping you bounce back stronger. Whether you're recovering from an injury, surgery, or just want to move better every day. From student athletes to seniors, we provide personalized care and expert support right here at home. To learn more about our therapy department and our other services, visit GirardMedicalCenter.com, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans and your hometown team for health and healing. Rooted in rural, focused on you.
From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
Welcome back to Altamont High School, Altamont, Kansas. Getting set for tonight's old CNC League or SEK League matchup between the Dragons and the Labette County Grizzlies. And JJ, it's going to be a kind of a test tonight for the Dragons, coming off that loss, playing without Christian Krogan this week. Jeremiah Lattimore, the sophomore quarterback. Of course, Coach Latt's son is stepping in to be the signal caller tonight for the Dragons. You got to think a lot of this game is going to ride on Malcolm Riley. You're going to have a good defensive performance tonight. But I'll let you get into all that in your keys to the game.
Yeah, so Malcolm Riley, definitely going to be a key to the game for us. But also with that many runs that you're getting, we're going to be looking at Dawson Hall. He's going to pick up, as Riley goes out, you're going to need Dawson to come in and take over for him. And Dawson's a strong runner too. So they really sort of get a thunder and lightning with the two of them. Doesn't matter which one you put in. They both run, like I'd love to say, they run angry. And you can see it when they do. Last week, Malcolm Riley carrying people with him throughout. So excited to see that again. Again, I can't say enough about our offensive line. I was so impressed with the way they played last week. Those runs up the middle, they were getting the job done for us. But when you're down as many points as you are, you can't make that your bread and butter. You have to get quick scores to bring that score back into, a place where you can kind of get back at them, Yeah. And the runs up the middle, that's not what it's known to do.
Yeah. But those 5-yard runs up the middle really help you control the game. And if the Dragons are able to get that rolling tonight and keep that Labette County offense that likes to sling the ball around, can pick up yards in chunks, if you can keep them off the field, that's good news for that Dragon defense as well.
Yeah, and so the Deontay Fields, he had 5 interceptions last year. That's a good chunk of interceptions. So tossing the ball around with that guy running, you may want to kind of avoid him a little bit. So he can be a dangerous player for Labette County.
All right, those keys to the game brought to you by our friends at Vietti Auto Body and Alignment. I'll say it right one of these days. In Pittsburg on the corner of 4th and Joplin since 1948 with John Holland and Bill Hunt now in the Vietti Alignment Shop. If it can be aligned, those guys will align it. From golf carts and side-by-sides all the way up to F550s and small buses, they'll get it done. Schedule your appointment by calling Vietti Auto Body and Alignment. 620-231-6230. All right, well, let's step away for our final break of the pregame show. We'll come back, get you your starting lineups. We're going to have a coin toss, and then we'll move forward to kickoff right here from Altamont. The Dragons and the Grizzlies coming up on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
Nothing says luxury like a Lincoln. Take advantage of 0% financing for 66 months right now on the all-new Lincoln Navigator. Come see us today at Mike Carpino Family of Ford Lincoln Dealerships, Columbus, Parsons, Pittsburgh.
When it comes to having your labs drawn, you have a choice of where to go. For 30 years, MagLab has focused on providing quality lab work that is accurate and timely. MagLab's walk-in service typically gets you in and out in under 5 minutes with same-day results. Locally owned and operated, MagLab takes most insurances, including Medicaid, and has historically had the lowest out-of-pocket prices. So when it comes to having labs drawn, don't be told where to go. Choose for yourself. Choose MagLab.
It's The Rush. Every touchdown, basket, goal, or lap is filled with excitement. It's why we love the game. It's why we play the game. It's also why we bet on the game. The Rush is why we need a plan to bet responsibly. and not lose more than we can afford. Problem sports gambling can ruin the love we have for sports. So know when enough is enough. Know when the game is playing you. Contact 1-800-GAMBLER for help today.
Welcome back to Altamont, Kansas. And if you've been looking down on the field, you may be confused. No, this is not Tahiti or Fiji or the Bikini Atoll. There is some sort of Polynesian theme tonight, though.
I think it's traditional Labette County garb is what
Really?
we're seeing here. Traditionally, settlers, when they came here.
This is the banana belt of Kansas.
They
down
took up
here.
the grass skirt look.
Yeah. They cut loose the covered wagon.
Yes.
Right into the grass skirt and flowered
I'm surprised you
lace.
didn't know that.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't read many books. All right. Where the heck were we? All right. We're getting ready set for our starting lineups tonight. We've already given your keys to the game and rolling right on through the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show. Our starting lineups are still brought to you by the power of positive thinking. We know someday soon some local business owner will step up and sponsor the Dragons starting lineup all season long across all of our broadcasts. If you like what we're doing, want to be part of this show and show your support for the Dragons, visit varsitysportslive.com/sponsorships. All right, for the Pittsburgh Purple Dragons tonight, the big substitution is that Christian Krogan will not be starting at quarterback tonight. The junior 6'1", 165-pound signal caller took a heavy shot last week and is going to be out this week against Labette County, and that means that Jeremiah Latimer, 5'9", 150-pound sophomore, is going to be the starting quarterback tonight for the Dragons. They'll also start number 1, 6'3", senior wide receiver Danny Durden, number 2, 5'10", senior athlete and cornerback Cortland Jones Jr. He'll play wide receiver, wing back, a lot of that different stuff. Number 14, senior tight end Cole Hayden. Number 21, senior wide receiver Malachi Meadows. He checks in at 5'10", 150. And then number 28, running back Malcolm Riley. He's 6-foot senior, 185. Again, he's got about 200 yards rushing on the season so far, a couple of rushing touchdowns. They'll start number 52, Mason Benson, at the tight end spot, 6-foot senior. They'll start 5'8", junior Logan Southard. He's number 55 up on the O-line, along with Alex Henspeeder, 5'10", junior, and J.C. Patterson, 5'9", senior, and Dawson Mooney, 6'2", sophomore, 200 pounds. That'll be the offensive line up front, offensive starters for the Dragons. For Labette County tonight, they'll start number 4, 5'9", senior wide receiver Keegan Bates. Number 5, junior wide receiver 6'1", 170-pound Nolan Nash. They'll start number 6, a 6', 170-pound junior running back Deontay Fields. Deontay also plays cornerback, running back. Pretty much, if you need a play, Deontay will line up wherever it's going. Number 7, the junior 6-foot quarterback Aaron Wyrick. Checks in at 180 pounds. Number 8, senior wide receiver Barrett Hestand. And number 9, junior wide receiver Camden Good. Number 22, senior fullback Tayton Claiborne. They'll start number 51, senior offensive lineman, Mason Hops. Number 55, 6'2", 270-pound senior Lucas Hayward. Number 59, 6', 230-pound junior Wyatt Kepley. And 6'3", senior 250-pound Mikkel Reed. And then number 67, 5'9", 260-pound junior Parker Midget. And number 75, 6'3", 290-pound senior Bryson Dickens. Those are your starting lineups for tonight's game, and both teams missing a couple players, as is often the case this time of year. Injuries start to become a little bit of a factor a few weeks into the season. Both teams feeling that a little bit, but you're going to have to overcome and persevere tonight, especially for the Dragons playing on the road here in front of a feisty and tropical Grizzly crowd. Both teams getting set for the coin toss, and I'll actually pay attention to that one tonight. See who won it. Last week I guessed, but I guessed right, so it's all good. While they're doing this, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the games going on around the state of Kansas tonight. There's 157 games across the state. I got about 15 you might be interested in. And we're right after our national anthem. All right, where were we? All right, 157 games going on around the state of Kansas tonight. And here's some you might be interested in. Shawnee Mission East at 2-0 is at 1-1 Mill Valley tonight. Chanute at 2-0 is at 1-1 McPherson. Galena at 1-1 welcomes in Afton, Oklahoma. They are winless this year. Emporia, Pittsburgh's first opponent of the season, much improved Emporia squad at 1-1, are heading to 0-2 Coffeyville. Watch out, Coffeyville. Colony Crest at 1-1 is at Oswego tonight. They are 1-1. And Frontenac at 1-1, coming off that loss to Colgan last week. They welcome in the winless Riverton Rams at 0-2. Uniontown's on the road at Central Heights. Neodesha at 2-0 is at 2-0 Caney Valley. Northeast at 1-1 travels to Marmaton Valley at 2-0. That's Moran, isn't it? Marmaton Valley. You know there'd be a test, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's Moran. 0-2 Erie is at 0-2 Humboldt. Somebody's got to win that one. Columbus at 2-0, or Colgan, excuse me, at 2-0, travels to 0-2 Columbus. Get it right. Yates Center 0-2 is at 1-1 St. Paul. Paola at 2-0 is at 2-0 Ottawa. Dragons will play Paola later on this season. That's why you should care about that one. Baxter Springs at 2-0 is at 1-1 Girard. And Iola at 0-2 is at 2-0 Santa Fe Trail. Are you watching this coin toss?
Yes.
Okay, good. One of us should be.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to keep reading scores. So some scores from last week from around the area. Again, we know you don't care about all 160, so here's 18 of them you might. And the big upset last week, Parsons 25 at Fort Scott. Parsons won at 25-22. First time the Vikings have beat Fort Scott since 1994. All right, so Pittsburgh won the toss. They're going to defer to the second half. Labette County will receive the opening kick. Oswego beat St. Paul 65-18. St. Thomas Aquinas defeated St. James Academy 42-21. Chanute clobbered Coffeyville 55-0. Humboldt fell to Cherryville 35-16. Again, Colgan defeated Frontenac 29-13. Andale defeated Wellington 77-20. Glad we don't have Andale on the schedule this year. Diamond defeated Southeast 42-6. So the Lancers traveled over the state line and found out. Lee's Summit defeats Mill Valley 31-21. So Mill Valley with their first loss of the season.
Yeah.
And Uniontown defeated Marantha Christian Academy 14-6. Again, Labette County defeated Winfield 27-20. Northeast defeated Colony Crest 42-14. How about them Norsemen? And Baxter Springs defeated Afton, Oklahoma 40-8. Wellsville over Iola 43-14. Mulvane clobbered Independence 39-6. Galena defeated Columbus 2013. Girard beat Riverton 26-6. And Paola beat Lewisburg 31-14. All right. Got all that business out of the way. Getting set for our opening tip. Our opening kickoff brought to you by B&B Excavating. The numbers don't lie. Dirt's heavy and rocks are heavier. So trust the guys at B&B Excavating to move what needs moving. Specializing in septic systems, waterline install and repair, driveways, rock hauling, and leveling. Call B&B Excavating, 620-724-2735. Rueda set to kick it off for the Dragons. Nolan Nash and Deontay Fields back to receive. It'll be Nash. Bringing it back. Is that Nash? Yeah, that's Nolan Nash. Breaks through the first line of defenders. He's off on the run across the 40 into Dragon territory. And this Grizzly offense off to a banging start after about a 50-yard kickoff return by Nolan Nash.
Yeah, Malachi Meadows did a really good job of making an adjustment in how he was approaching that to make that tackle, able to get back and make the tackle, likely saving a touchdown on there. But, man, they sure do have good field position to open up the game.
And showing off the speed and the shiftiness, and the Dragons are going to have to be sure tacklers tonight. So we saw tackling a bit of an issue last week,
yes,
but I just chalked it up to the guy they were trying to tackle. I formation for Labette County to start out. Fields in the backfield who get the handoff off the left side, trying to round the corner. Good pursuit by the Dragons. And they'll stop him after a gain of about 2, but you can tell that Labette County is going to lean on that speed tonight.
Yeah, Ashton Botter making the tackle for the Dragons.
Number 2, Cortland Jones.
Call it a gain of 2. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 8 at the Pittsburg 38-yard line after the big kickoff return by Nolan Nash.
Yeah, I believe this is the first-year head coach for Labette, Bradley Argabright. I believe this is his first year.
I think so. Sean Price was the coach last year, and I think they let him go in May. So Argabright really kind of coming in with a short offseason. Hand off to Fields, working off that left side again. The Dragons are there and stop him for a gain of about 3. It'll bring up a 3rd and 5.
3 yards, 3 or 4. Looks like it's going to be 3rd down and about 5. 3rd and 5. On the tackle for Pittsburgh, number 52, Mason Benson.
Wyrick will lead him up to the line. They're going to go 4 wide this time. Trips to the near side. Lone back in the backfield is Fields. Here's the snap to Wyrick. He'll hand it off to Fields, and he has a little bit of room, but the Dragons, great job of recovering defensively, and they'll stop him after a gain of a yard.
Picks up about a yard, maybe
Coach Lapp fired up over there on the far side.
3. Number 32 on the tackle for Pittsburgh, Ashton Bowder.
Now the officials need a timeout. Well, maybe one of the officials got
the head coach for Labette County is Bradley Argabright. For Pittsburgh, it is Josh Latimer.
Yeah, he's walking it off, right? Literally walking it off.
As well as the manager.
It's not just a figure of speech, folks. So 4th down and 3, and they are going to go for it at the 32 of Pittsburgh. 3 backs lined up behind lined up in the backfield, and they're going to have enough for the 1st down as they hand it to.
On the carry for Labette County, Caden Bates, he picks up 1st down yardage.
I don't see who that was.
The tackle was by number 79, Garrett Dillingham. Going to bring up 1st and 10 on the...
Keegan Bates on the carry. That was number 4, Bates. His first carry of the night, and it'll be enough for a 1st down up to the Pittsburgh 21. And they're going to hand once again to Fields. Not much going there. I think the Dragons got him for a loss.
Fields, it's going to bring up
several Dragons able to make it through that offensive line and wrap them up in the backfield.
On the tackle for Pittsburgh, Mason Behringer. Also,
Mason
Lamar
Derringer in there on the
Sparky
tackle for the Dragons.
and number 77, Parker Pinamonti.
Echo. There you go again. Brings up second down, 11 from the 22. Wyrick under center. Here's the snap back, looking to pass. He's going to throw this one up. He has a man to catch made right at the goal line, at the 1 yard line. That was Nolan Nash on the catch.
Yeah, number 2, Portland Jones, was there for it, but didn't get his head turned in time to find the ball.
Down to the 1 yard line. Nice pass.
Call it a gain of 21 on the play. Sets the Grizzlies up first and goal at the 1, and now this Pittsburgh defensive front's really going to have to bow up.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting to see how they respond to being in the shadow of their own goalpost here.
I have to lean halfway out this window to see what's going on. Wyrick with the snap straight up the gut, and Labette County lights the lamp.
For Labette County, that is Peyton Playman in for the touchdown. Peyton Playman.
It definitely seems like Coach Argerbright's got his guys fired up and ready to go tonight.
His holder is Peyton Bates.
Trying to see who scored that touchdown. I think the name they said was Schrader. I don't see a Schrader on here. And the 2-point conversion fumbled. It's picked up. And then they should have been down when his knee went down.
Okay, the kick is no good. And that leaves the score with that
It was a kick attempt that turned into a 2-point conversion run attempt. That turned into a fumble recovery. And no harm, no foul there for the Dragons as they trail it 6-0. So 8:14 to play first quarter. Dragons trail at 6-0. We'll step away for a quick break and we'll be back. You're watching Dragon Football on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
Selling equipment can be a hassle, whether you're needing to replace an old tractor or you're finally getting to retire. The time and energy needed to clean, prep, promote, and sell seems daunting. That's why you need Tyler Jackman and Big Iron Auctions. From one piece to the whole farm, Big Iron Auctions can deliver your items to more than 750,000 registered bidders. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 or learn more at BigIronAuctions.com.
Welcome back to Altamont, Kansas. Grizzlies just went on a 7-play, 40-yard drive to take a 6-0 lead over the Purple Dragons. Punched in on a 1-yard touchdown run. I thought it was Deontay Fields. The PA announcer said a different name that I don't have on my roster.
Secret player.
It's a mystery.
Yeah.
It's a mystery. They brought him in off the bleachers.
And that was all set up by that big catch that they made down there.
Yeah, the big catch and then the big kickoff return by Nash to get him into Pittsburgh territory to start the drive. Now here's this little squib kick. The Dragons are going to field it, fall on it at the 42-yard line.
Yeah.
Logan Southard fell on it for the Dragons.
Well, didn't expect that.
No. Oh, well.
They've given the Dragons some good field position for their first drive, so let's see what we can do with it.
Well, if you're Pittsburgh here, you got to think you're down by 6, but you're still not out of your game plan yet.
No.
And if you get good production out of your line and out of Malcolm Riley, you can make up for that pretty quick. Latimer under center. Here's the snap, handoff. Riley working off right side, has a gap, and he's going to be out close to a first down at midfield. Gain of 8 on first down for the Dragons.
Good strong run to set the tone for the Dragons.
Aaron Wyrick. It'll be second down and a short 2 for the Purple Dragons.
You know, Riley, he runs downhill so well. He gets his shoulders over his feet and he starts running. He's a tough guy to bring down.
Second down and 2 now for the Dragons from midfield. Latimer under center. Sophomore quarterback. Handoff to Riley working off the right side. He's got room there. And another about 8-yard run for Riley, probably closer to 10. And it'll be out to the Labette County 42, so call it another gain of 8.
First and 10, Pittsburg now in Grizzlies territory at the Grizzlies 42.
Sounds like Deontay Fields making his presence felt on defense there as well.
And sure way to slow down offensive players and make them play defense. Twins to the near side this time for the Dragons. Latimer under center, bobbles the snap. Now he's just going to have to take off with it. He's going to lose some yards there. Just hang on to the ball.
Yeah.
And live to fight another day. And that's what Latimer does right there. The snap was not clean, and that messed up the timing with the handoff, and then it just turned into a scramble for Latimer.
Yeah, that's one of the things we struggled with a little bit last week was the turnovers. So being able to get that back on our end of it, that's what we want. If you're going to drop the ball on the ground, as long as you pick it up, well, we're still cooking a little bit.
Now too wide to the far side for the Dragons. It's Durden and Hayes out there on the far side. Handoff's going to go back to Riley right up the middle. This time Labette County kind of runs a little bit of a stunt there in the middle of that defensive line, and they slow Riley down after a gain of about, call it 3, maybe 4.
Yeah, 2 or 3 of their biggest guys to bring him down. But that sets up other plays for us. Now steady diet of Malcolm Riley up the middle, then let's see what happens on the outside.
Brings up a 3rd down and about 6, we'll call it, from the Grizzly 39. Call it 3rd and 7. How about that?
Yeah, I like it.
Meadows and Durden to the near side. They're going to run end-around action, and drilled is Cortland Jones Jr. after a short gain, and it'll bring up a 4th down and call it 2 for the Dragons, and it looks like they're going for it here.
Yeah, with the way Riley runs, give him the ball. I think we can get 2 yards on this. That was a great job by Cortland Jones Jr. too, getting on the outside. Those runs up the middle from Riley, that's what I was talking about. That sets that up a little bit for the Dragons, makes them a little softer on the outside.
Call it a gain of 5. Ball's at the 34. Dragons need the 32 for a first. Double tight setup. They'll put Derringer in motion. Latimer's going to keep, and he'll have enough for the first down across the 30 as they stop his forward progress at the Grizzly 29, and then he gets pile driven back by about half the Labette County roster there.
Yeah, great play call there by the Dragons. I'm sure everyone is expecting it to go to Riley the way he's picking up yards, and for Latimer to keep it and make that gain and get the first down, that's a great job.
Another gain of 5 for the Dragons. 1st and 10 now at the 29. And we're back in business. Riley in the backfield. Behind Latimer, 2 wide to the near side. It's Meadows and Jones Jr. And they're going to go straight ahead with it with Riley. And a short gain there of just a couple for Riley is, you know, Labette County, if they weren't keying on him coming into this one, they're going to be keying on him now.
Yeah.
Gain of 2 on the play.
Good job of getting low on him. I think like we talked a little bit about last week, when you wrap a guy's feet up, it's tough to run. It's tough to churn him when you got a couple 100-pound guy.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough to run just, period.
Good point.
You wrap somebody around my legs. No. Just 1 wide receiver. They run a double tight set this time with Riley in the backfield. Latimer under center. Now here's a flag. They're going to call false start or illegal procedure against the Dragons. And that'll back them up 5 and set up a 2nd down and long.
It kind of looked like we had a guy up front move a little too much.
Bring up a 2nd and 13 back at the 32 and a half. Same formation for the Dragons. Lone wide receivers, Danny Durden Jr. Danny Durden. They put a man in motion. He slips, and that's Cortland Jones Jr. Now he's losing yards, makes a man miss, but can't make the 2nd and 3rd guys miss. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and 15 for the Dragons, and not what you wanted on that play if you're the Dragon coaching staff.
Now, the play developed a little slower than probably what they would have liked, and Labette County able to make the adjustments to get back around and make the tackle.
So back to the 34, 35-yard line. We're looking at a 3rd down and a long 15.
That goes without saying.
There's no such thing as a short 15. 3 wide in this set for the Dragons. Latimer back to pass, rolling near side, being pursued, reverses his field. Now he's going to throw it up. Has a man to catch.
There we go.
Made by the Dragons, touchdown. That's Cortland Jones Jr. caught one over the shoulder. Or was that Malachi?
That was Malachi.
That was Malachi Meadows.
Yes, sir.
Oh, sorry, Rain. Malachi Meadows hauls that one in over the shoulder. A great-looking catch and a nice ball from Latimer.
Yes, it was.
In stride.
Latimer's flushed out of the pocket, running, made that throw on the move. And
he rolled near side, reversed, went back to the far side and able to hit Malachi Meadows in stride. And the Dragons even the score at 6 pending the extra point as Rueda on to attempt the kick. And the kick is good. So with 2:27 left to play first quarter, Dragons take a 1-point lead after a 34-yard touchdown strike from Jeremiah Latimer to Malachi Meadows. Dragons leading by 1. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back. You're watching Purple Dragon football on Pittsburg Sports Live.
When it comes to having your labs drawn, you have a choice of where to go. For 30 years, MagLab has focused on providing quality lab work that is accurate and timely. MagLab's walk-in service typically gets you in and out in under 5 minutes with same-day results. Locally owned and operated, MagLab takes most insurances, including Medicaid, and has historically had the lowest out-of-pocket prices. So when it comes to having labs drawn, don't be told where to go. Choose for yourself. Choose MagLab.
The Dragons go 58 yards in 10 plays, capped off by a 34-yard touchdown strike from Jeremiah Latimer to Malachi Meadows to give the Dragons a 7-6 lead over Labette County. Now that Dragon defense coming out trying to get a stop here, and last time out the kick coverage kind of let them down and gave Labette County really good field position at the Pittsburg 40. And you know they're looking to do a bit better job on the kick coverage this time, give that defense a little bit more field to work with. Again, back to receive the kick, Nolan Nash and Deontay Fields for Labette County. Bruade is set to kick it away for the Dragons. Armando's kick, long end over end. It's going to hit and take a Dragon bounce, but it does roll out of bounds just outside the pylon. That coffin corner.
Yeah.
And he just missed it, and Labette County will take over at their own 35-yard line, 1st and 10.
Favorable field position compared to last kickoff, but yeah, that was so close. If that ball would have rolled just a little bit straighter, that we'd be sitting a little bit prettier.
If ifs and buts were candies and nuts.
That's true.
I got a cliche for every situation. I should work for Hallmark. So the Dragon defense gave up a touchdown on their first drive tonight. But again, they started at their own 40-yard line, so now a little bit better field position. And Labette County coming straight up the gut at them, and the Dragons stack them up after a gain of just 2.
Yeah, and that was a great response by the Dragon D. It looked initially like Labette County was going to have a seam there for him to get through and really make some yardage. They responded quickly, are able to wrap him up and take him down with only a gain of 2. Gains of 2 are, they're not the best thing, but they're a heck of a lot better than 4.
Yeah. And that was Tayton Claiborne. He plays fullback for Labette County. It's his first carry of the night for a couple. Sets up a 2nd down and 8 at the 37. Wyrick under center. Here's the snap. They're going to do a pitch to Fields, trying to find the corner outside, hurdles his own blocker, and the Dragons bring him down after a gain of 3, force him out of bounds right in front of that Dragon sideline. And we'll wait and see where they spot this, but the official is standing at the 39. So we'll call it a gain of 2. Meadows on the tackle for the Dragons.
Yeah.
Call it a 3rd and 6 at the 39. Oh, where I got 32 from earlier. 4 wide in this set for Labette County. Wyrick back to pass, looking, pressure, the ball's out, and the Dragons, they're going to call it an incomplete pass. His arm was moving forward. Nonetheless, there's some pressure on the quarterback from that Dragon defensive line, and they force a punting situation here for Labette County. A big defensive stand that time by the Dragons.
Yeah, just a jailbreak from the defensive line getting through there, put the pressure on him. He's unable to do anything but get it. Thankfully, I guess, for Labette County, able to get his arm moving forward. Otherwise, we're going to be looking at another Dragon touchdown.
And that was, for lack of a better, that's just a bang-bang play right there.
Yes, sir.
He got rid of it just in time. So Labette County set to punt it away. And fair catch made by Malachi Meadows at the Dragon 34, and that's where they'll take over 1st and 10.
And Pittsburg will take over on their own 34-yard line. I want to introduce our dance team. I think I can do it. Yeah. I'll get you here in just a moment, ladies. I'll get you here at the court.
Yeah, with all the Polynesian outfits, that makes you wonder if there's going to be maybe some sort of a luau theme halftime show.
You know, I can't speculate. 1st and 10 for the Dragons from the 34. Latimer leads them up to the line. Less than a minute left to play first half. Dragons leading 7-6. Handoff goes straight ahead to Riley, and he's still on his feet fighting, loses the ball, and Labette County comes away with it.
Yeah. Looks like Dawson Hall. No, I'm sorry, Jeremiah Latimer with the tackle on it.
And Riley's slow to get up, and that's not good news for the Dragons.
Yeah,
that's not good news for the Dragons.
Watching at home, you could see they immediately started going for the ball hand of Malcolm Riley there, and able just to strip it right out of his hands. So the Dragon defense now in a pretty unfavorable position for them, but let's see if they can respond the way they did in the last series.
32.5 left to play first quarter. Dragons turn it over with a fumble by Malcolm Riley, and now Labette County's offense back in business at the Dragon 25. Pittsburgh's defense was able to get off the field, forcing a 3 and out, but they hand it right back. I formation now behind Wyrick, and they'll do a reverse. He's got some room on the far side, and finally driven out near a 1st down. That was Keegan Bates, senior wide receiver, 5'9", 155.
I think that might have been, was that Jamarcus on the tackle?
Not certain.
Yeah, Jamarcus Davis with the tackle there.
Call it a gain of 9, so we'll bring up a 2nd down and 1 at about the 16-yard line of the Dragons. Again, that 3-back formation, double tight. They'll hand it back off. The Dragons do a much better job this time of closing that down. And I think that was enough to move the chains for Labette County, as they gave it to Keegan Bates again. And Bates able to pick up the 1st down to the 15.
Yeah, just enough there. Looks like they're going to go ahead and let it go into the second quarter before they run another play.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we need Waylon Griffin at the press box. Waylon Griffin.
And that's going to do it for the first half. Dragons lead it by 1, 7-6, but a big turnover has Labette County in the Dragon red zone. When we come back, you're watching Dragon football on Pittsburg Sports Live.
At GN Bank, we're your neighbor. We see you at the store. We cheer with you at the local football games, serving you with the same friendly faces you have come to know and trust. GN Bank, the best place to bank and borrow.
At the Farm and Ranch Division of the Four-State Agency, we're a team of experts who genuinely care about you and your farming operation. That's why whether it's a visit to your farm or a friendly chat at our office, we're committed to delivering the service you deserve. Our team is fully licensed in both crop insurance and LRP, allowing us to cover your entire farming operation across Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Contact us today to see how we can help.
Welcome back to Altamont, Kansas. Dragons leading by 1, but after a untimely fumble by Malcolm Riley, Labette County has it 1st and 10 at the Dragon 15, knocking on the door. And we're going to need a big defensive stand here by the purple and white. They're going to keep the Grizzlies out of the end zone. Wyrick under center. Fields in the backfield behind him, along with Tyler Claiborne. And straight ahead they go. And pick up about 4 yards.
Yeah, pretty good push by the offensive line of Labette County.
Call it 5 yards up to the Dragon 10. So Labette County needs the 5-yard line for a first down. Dragons definitely want to keep that from happening. I formation in the backfield behind Wyrick. There's the snap. They're going to hand to Fields. Makes a man miss. Cuts back against the grain and finally brought down from behind. And he's close to a first down, and he has it at the 5-yard line. And now it gets tougher for that Dragon D.
Fields comes up and just immediately puts the brakes on, changes directions, and able to get a good gain for him.
They have it 1st and goal at the Pittsburg 5. They'll stick with that I formation. Double tight ends. Snap to Wyrick. He goes straight ahead, and he leans forward, and he's got it. Touchdown, Labette County. And again, teams going straight at that Dragon defense, right up the gut.
Yeah. You know, and with the talent that we have playing up front like that, that does surprise me a little bit. But when something's working for you, you just stick with it, and that's what they're doing at a very nice pace for them.
So, rushing touchdown for Wyrick. They'll go for 2 here. Again with the I formation, quick pitch to the outside. Fields makes a man miss, but he's not going to make the next 4 miss. And the extra point, or the 2-point conversion, no good. And that makes the score 12-7 in favor of the Grizzlies. We'll take a quick break when we come back. Dragons will have it back, trying to find an answer. You're watching Dragon Football on Pittsburg Sports Live.
It's a bird.
It's a plane.
It's Chicken Annie's Girard. When you're facing a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Catering and carry out from Chicken Annie's Girard. When an onion ring craving is too much to bear, when the family's coming over and you weren't aware, it's Chicken Annie's Girard to the rescue. When there's 20, 30, 100 to feed, you need Chicken Annie's Girard indeed. A heroic value, superb flavor. When there's a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Chicken Annie's Girard.
I mean, we got to bring enough energy to the game, man.
Now, certainly, if we bring that energy back, we can take it back like that. All it takes is one big play, and we got Mother Mo.
That's
momentum right
and it
back
can
with
swing, especially for athletes at this age. One play here or there swings the entire momentum of the game. The Dragons just need to keep chopping wood and hope that something can go their way here, because they've, just a couple of freak plays early in this game really kind of put them up against it.
Yeah.
The kickoff return to start the game, and then the fumble recovery, and, you know, some of it's self-inflicted, but you give credit to your opponent as well. Now Dragons looking for an answer on the offensive end. Meadows fields a kick, bringing him back the other way, makes a man miss, makes another man miss, cuts inside, and finally drugged down by a host of Grizzly defenders at about the 45-yard line. And Dragons need to be careful not to get caught up in any after the whistle extracurriculars. It would negate a good play by Meadows.
Yeah, Meadows says we need a spark. Okay.
Okay, here it is.
Here we go.
First and 10 now for the Dragons. The ball spotted at the Pittsburg 45.
First and 10, Pittsburg.
And it looks like Riley's back in.
It's good news for the Dragons because he kind of limped off earlier after that fumble, and good to see him back in the lineup. They're going to need him. Oh, fumbled snap. And we talked about the snap earlier was an issue, and this time it looks like Latimer or one of the Dragons able to. Oh, no, it's Labette County ball. Another self-inflicted mistake by the Dragons. And what? Oh, they're going to say the Dragons had it, then the whistle blew, and it was pulled away. I'm going to guess everybody wearing red and gold is not real happy with that call.
No, probably not.
And if the shoe was on the other foot, we wouldn't be very happy with it either. Double tight set this time. Latimer under center, lone back in the backfield is, I believe that's Riley. Nope, it's not. Back to pass, pressured, flag, and Latimer sacked as that Dragon offensive line. Not much blocking there for Latimer as he didn't have any time to do anything with it. And that's a big loss for the Dragons. And you got weapons on the outside, but if you can't give your quarterback enough time to survey the field, those receivers don't matter.
Yeah, that's what a lot of linemen refer to as a lookout block.
Yeah.
That's basically you just turn around and yell at your quarterback, look out.
Yeah. And they whispered, Pittsburgh, was whistled for holding, and the Grizzlies declined the penalty, of course, because I think the penalty would have saved it down and moved the ball forward. So the Grizzlies wise to decline that one. 9:22 left to play first half. Pittsburgh trailing 12-7, and looking at a 3rd down and 5 ever from about the Labette County 34. Latimer back to pass, can't even set his feet. Now he does, throws downfield, nobody there. It falls incomplete, 4th and long Dragons, and a punting opportunity.
I like that, an opportunity.
Yeah, it's an opportunity to punt. Yeah. Got to stay positive.
Yeah. Labette County is definitely, I mean, you can tell how lively they are. They came to play tonight.
Let's call it a 4th and 21 at the Pittsburgh 34. The Dragons going to punt it away. Nash and Fields back to receive the punt for Labette County. Nash, the one with the big kickoff return to start the game, and now there's a timeout on the field as Pittsburgh wants to talk it over. We'll take a timeout as well. Dragons trailing 12-7 here in the first half. You're watching Dragon Football on Pittsburgh Sports Live. Just under 9 minutes left to play first half. Dragons trailing the Labette County Grizzlies 12-7 here in Altamont. It's the Dragons have had to be road warriors to start this season. Their first 3 games all on the road, but next week back to the friendly confines of Hutch Field, and the Dragons just hoping that they can be 2-1 when they get there and not 1-2. And right now, they're going to have to make some hay as they're trailing Labette County 12-7, and the Grizzlies look like the more energetic squad out there tonight. Punt into the back of a defender. Sure, that's not how that one was drawn up. And we're going to say the net yardage on that punt would not have picked up a first down for the Dragons.
No.
And just, not good.
It's typically not what you look for from a punt.
To drill your long snapper in the back? No, it's not.
Not the first time it's ever happened to anybody.
No.
Certainly, but it's one of those things, the snowball effect. When one thing starts going right for one team and going wrong for the other, it can just sort of build like that. We got to stop that snowball now and get it rolling in our direction.
So Labette County takes over 1st and 10 in Dragon territory at the 36. This is their second drive of the night. No, their third drive of the night that started in Dragon territory. And I'm guessing the Fields failed to hit the hole there.
Yeah. Checked my magic 8 ball, and that's what it said. So
my sources say. Picked up 1 yard, man, to bring up 2nd down and 9 at the 35. Sorry, we can hear the coaches down the way. Maybe you can too. I don't know. So 2nd down and 9, 35. Wyrick leads them up to the line as again they line up in that I formation. Wyrick will keep it himself. It's kind of the tush push. As Claiborne gets in behind him and gives him a shove, and his offensive line's there too. Dragons are saying he fumbled, and they're thinking that they have the ball, but nobody in black and white seems to think so. It'll bring up a 3rd down and about 2.
For that style of run, I'm surprised at the amount of yardage they are able to pick up, because it was, like you said, like a tush push. So those of you that watch the Philadelphia Eagles, typically they're not trying to get that type of yardage with that play.
But if you're picking up 5 yards with it every time you run it, I'd run it every time.
Yeah.
Ball now rests at the Pittsburgh 29. They need about the 27 for a 1st down. Again, with the I formation, double tight. And if you're the Dragons, watch the middle of that line. Wyrick back to pass, has a man. The catch made by Claiborne, and he's cut down, but not before picking up quite a bit of yards and a 1st down.
For about 10, 15 yards. That's going to bring the ball down to the Pittsburgh 16-yard.
Ball rests at the 16. Call that a gain of 14 yards. On the play to Claiborne, 1st down and 10. So that Dragon defense thinking what I was thinking and got hit with a play action pass. Fields with it, trying to find the corner, and does. Able to push him out inside the 5.
I mean, Fields is a heck of a runner. He's showing that off tonight for sure.
Call it a gain of 11 on the play. And 1st and goal. Now for Labette County.
See, Pittsburgh defense, what they're wanting to do on things like that is their defensive ends and their D-backs, they need to seal off that edge to keep them pushing back inside towards their linebackers. That's just not happening.
Now they bring a heavy package. They've got a big fullback in there. And they're just trying to muscle that ball forward as Michael Reed, 6'3", 250-pound senior, lines up at fullback. And they get it down to the 1. It'll be 2nd down and goal from there.
2nd and goal at the 1-yard line.
Well, he is a big old boy. Shades of 1985 Chicago Bears. Well, not quite that size, but
for Kansas high school football,
yeah,
pretty darn close.
Yeah.
And they stay in that formation in the eye. And a little bit of a mess on that handoff. And they kept possession, but
might have lost a bit.
Yeah.
The ball is on the 1 foot line.
Well, apparently there's a 1 foot line here, and the ball is on that. So bring up a 3rd down and goal from inside the 1.
Kudos to the Dragon defense. 2 runs versus a very intimidating fullback, and they were able to stop him 2 times. Let's see if we can get one more here.
Now they'll come back in the split back. Well, then they got 3 backs to the backfield again, and straight ahead with Wyrick. And the near side official says touchdown. And the lead widens for Labette County as they lead at 18-7 now, pending an extra point. And the Dragons in real trouble, getting upset here on the road for the first time in ever by the Labette County Grizzlies. I was shocked. I asked some of their coaches, when was the last time you guys beat Pittsburgh? And I thought I remembered it happening. And they said no, never happened. So we could be witnessing history tonight, unfortunately, unless the Dragons can turn this around. 5:18 left to play first half. And Labette County going for 2. They got trips to the near side. 4 wide receivers in this set. Fields in the backfield behind Wyrick. Here's the snap out of the pistol. Wyrick going to throw. Has a man. Catch made. 2-point conversion good.
Well, that's set up about
he
perfect.
had a lot of room out there on
Yes,
the outside. And a pretty easy throw and catch for the 2-point conversion. And just like that, Labette County up 20-7 over the Purple Dragons. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back. You're watching Dragon Football on Pittsburgh Sports Live. .5:18 to play first half. Labette County just capped it off with a 1-yard touchdown run by Aaron Wyrick. A 6-play drive that went 36 yards. And Wyrick punches it in with a 1-yard touchdown run to give Labette County a 20-7 lead over the Pittsburgh Purple Dragons, who led briefly 7-6, but then after a defensive stop, a fumble by Malcolm Riley deep in Dragon territory gave it right back to Labette County, and they have taken advantage of the Dragon miscues thus far. And Pittsburgh's offense has not looked very sharp tonight. And it's been a problem for the Dragons all season long, kind of an anemic offensive performance, and sometimes you chalk that up to who you're playing, but at some point in time, it's just that you're not executing the way you want to. Injuries play a role in that, as they certainly have a little bit tonight. But my concern is that up front, the Dragons just aren't dominating the offensive line tonight like you'd expect that they would.
Yeah, not like what we saw last week.
Latimer under center. They'll put Derringer in motion. Handoff off of the left side. And Riley picks up a couple, and that'll bring up a 2nd down and 8 for Pittsburgh. So 2nd down, 8 from the 32. Dragons kind of a bunch formation, only 1 wide receiver to the far side. Again, Derringer in motion. Play action. Latimer back to pass, looking downfield, nowhere to go with it. Makes a man miss, and then he's brought down back at the 30 for the sack on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and 10 for the Dragons.
Yeah, good coverage by Labette County. That, I think, is really what led to the sack. Latimer just unable to find an open receiver downfield, and they just kept on crashing in on him and able to get the sack.
And if you're Labette County, you're in this situation, you know you can just pin your ears back because Pittsburgh got to throw here. They're not the type of team that's going to pick up very often, pick up 12 yards on a running play. And the option hasn't looked great to the outside, so the Dragons pretty limited what they're doing offensively tonight. We'll see if they can put together a pass play here. 3 wide in this set. Riley in the backfield behind Latimer. Here's the snap. Rolling, looking to pass near side. It's a screen picked off. He threw it right to the defender, a lineman. And Dragons turn it over again deep in their own territory, and this is nightmare stuff if you're a Dragon fan. I didn't see who got that pick. Did you see?
Number 69 was able to get that.
I'm going to guess that was 67. There's no 69. And Parker Midget, 5'9", 260-pound junior.
Well, he fits the bill.
Yeah.
Could have been 67. To be fair, though, we have a number 90 listed on our roster,
right.
And he's 79 tonight, so
well,
I don't know.
Nobody's perfect. So another turnover for the Dragons, and Labette County right at it, back at it with the running game. And the ball's out, and it looks like Pittsburg may have it. Let's wait for the signal. Dragons do have it. Are they going to say he was down? Yeah, Pittsburg got it right back.
There we go.
And if you're the Dragons, maybe that will turn old Mo around.
Well, we got 3.5 minutes left. We really need something here. We really need to get a score on the board. You know, going in at halftime when you're, one score down is a heck of a lot easier to get back up after halftime than coming in 2 scores.
So 1st and 10 for the Dragons from their own 23. Latimer under center. Here's the snap. Pitch to the outside, and it's dropped. And Dragons fortunate to hop back on top of that one, and that toss just kind of a little bit low, but not horrible, and the ball carrier unable to handle it. Dragons fortunate to get back on top of it. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 9. They picked up a yard on that.
Silver lining.
Yeah. I think I just spelled fumble with a D, but that's all right. It's a fundle. Fumble. Timeout, Pittsburgh. They want to talk it over. 2:39 to play, first half. Dragons trailing 20-7 on the road against the Labette County Grizzlies. We'll step away for a quick break, and we'll be back. You're watching Dragon Football on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
Having the right financial partner can make all the difference. Community National Bank and Trust believes banking should do more than just hold your money. We support your goals, simplify your day-to-day, and give you room to grow with quality banking services. Withdraw, transfer, invest, apply for loans, and talk with our banking professionals online, over the phone, or in person. Let Community National Bank and Trust help you build a banking experience that works for you. Community National Bank and Trust, equal housing lender and member FDIC.
2:39 to play, first half. Dragons trailing 20-7. Couple of key turnovers in their own territory have really cost them tonight, but managed to force a fumble against Labette County and get the ball back. But it hasn't been pretty tonight for the Dragons. They're looking at a 2nd and 9 from their own 24 after recovering a fumble of their own. Jeremiah Latimer in at quarterback tonight, sophomore, seeing his first varsity start tonight. Handoff straight ahead to Riley, and there's a bunch of red jerseys there waiting on Malcolm. And he drives forward for a gain of about 3. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 6.
We're sort of in a spot here where when we try to go outside, the plays are developing a little too slow. When we try to go inside, we're not getting the push up the middle.
So 3rd and 6 from the Pittsburgh 27. And that's Dawson Hall, I think, in the backfield now, behind Latimer. And Hall will get it. He's off to the race. He's got a 1st down. Out across the 35 to about the 36. Good little burst there by Hall.
Yeah.
That is first down yardage, though, so it's going to, with a minute 53 left in the first half.
So under 2 minutes now left. Dragons have it 1st and 10, and we'll call it their own 39. Call it a gain of 12 on the play for Hall.
Played a little football with Dawson's dad. I believe he was a tight end back in the late 90s.
3 wide, slings it out. Catch made on the outside. Was that Hall again?
Yeah, it was.
And Hall upended. And there's a flag on the field down around midfield. We'll see. Maybe they've got, it's in the neighborhood of a hold against the Dragons. And it is holding against the Dragons. Somebody blocked a little too well out there on the outside.
Yeah.
And wide receivers, you know, a lot of times when you ask wide receivers to block, they get grabby and crabby. But that'll back the Dragons up to the 30-yard line, and it'll bring up a 1st and 20 for Pittsburgh.
Way too many
unforced
from these long yardage plays that we have to try to make up. It's just happening way too much tonight.
Well, at least it's 1st down and 20.
True.
Latimer stumbles a little bit, now rolls out looking downfield. Got to make the throw. He does. The catch made by Durden, and he's brought down across the 40 at about the 42 or 43. And Durden excited after the play. Dragons still need about 7 yards. It brings up a 2nd down and 7. At the 42. They're going to hand this one off to Hall. Nowhere to go that time. Nothing but red jerseys in front of him. And he's brought down for a short loss on the play. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 9 as we're under a minute to play first half. Ball rests at the 40-yard line of the Dragons. Malachi Meadows, the lone wide receiver in this set, double tight. See how aggressive Pittsburgh is with the play call here. And they're not going to be. Straight up the middle, and it's jammed up and stopped at the line by Labette County. Nowhere to go that time for the ball carrier. And it brings up 4th down and 10 for Pittsburgh. And that will be the final play of the first half, as the Dragons are just going to let the clock run out and head to the locker room at the half. The Dragons trailing Labette County 20-7. And the entire community, Altamont, looks like is out here and fired up about this one, as the Dragons are in, I think we're officially on upset watch here now.
Yeah.
As Labette County with a pretty convincing 20-7 lead at the break. We'll step away for a quick break. We'll be back with the GN Bank halftime show. You're watching Purple Dragon football on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
It's the rush. Every touchdown, basket, goal, or lap is filled with excitement. It's why we love the game. It's why we play the game. It's also why we bet on the game. The rush is why we need a plan to bet responsibly and not lose more than we can afford. Problem sports gambling can ruin the love we have for sports. So know when enough is enough. Know when the game is playing you. Contact 1-800-GAMBLER for help today.
Nothing says luxury like a Lincoln. Take advantage of 0% financing for 66 months right now on the all-new Lincoln Navigator. Come see us today at Mike Carpino Family of Ford Lincoln Dealerships, Columbus, Parsons, Pittsburgh.
At GN Bank, we're your neighbor. We see you at the store. We cheer with you at the local football games, serving you with the same friendly faces you have come to know and trust. GN Bank, the best place to bank and borrow.
From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
Welcome back to Altamont, Kansas at the half. The Labette County Grizzlies leading the Pittsburgh Purple Dragons 20-7. This is the GN Bank Halftime Show, brought to you by GN Bank, where they've been providing customers with the highest quality financial services in a friendly and personal way for more than 100 years. Whether it's personal, business, or agricultural needs, the team at GN Bank can help. Go see them at 1206 South Broadway in Pittsburgh, or give them a call at 620-231-4200. Learn more at gn-bank.com. Well, JJ, it's been a rough first half for these Purple Dragons.
Yeah, to put it mildly.
It started with the first play of the game with about a 65-yard kickoff return by Nolan Nash to start the game. Gave the Grizzlies great field position in Pittsburgh territory to start their first drive. They cashed it off with a short touchdown run by, I believe it was Fields. Sorry, I'm flipping back through paperwork here. Nope, Wyrick with a short touchdown run. He's got 2 of those tonight. And, gosh, I think Fields has the other touchdown.
I believe so.
Pittsburgh Dragons they answered back with a touchdown, took an early 7-6 lead. But that didn't last long as Labette County able to hit on a big pass play to put the ball inside the 1-yard line on their next possession. They punched it in for a score by Wyrick, and the Dragons just haven't been able to catch up. Big fumble inside their own territory by Malcolm Riley set Labette County up again, and then nothing's looked good offensively tonight for the Dragons. Lots of fumbles, lots of passes that, didn't find their intended receiver, and a lot of work, a lot of adjustments to be made at halftime by Coach Latt and his staff. But it's just, if you're a Dragon fan and you're used to watching them play SEK League opponents and kind of manhandle them,
right?
May not be the case a lot this year, as we're kind of a little bit undersized and still trying to figure out who we are. And that's certainly the case here tonight, as this is kind of a team still looking for its identity on the road for the 3rd week in a row to start this season. The Dragons really trying to avoid the upset here tonight in Altamont, but you can tell these Grizzlies are hungry, and I think they kind of smell it.
Yeah, the Grizzlies have shown tonight how pumped up they are, especially on the defensive side of the ball. They've been in the right place at the right time nearly every time that something big could have happened. Huge catch by Malachi Meadows to get that touchdown for us, and we've seen some really inspired running from Dawson Hall. So, I mean, yeah, we're having a rough night. There's a lot of things we got to correct. I wish there was more positive things I could say, but I mean, we just look flat out there tonight, and hopefully coaches can get in the boys' heads a little bit and get them inspired, do whatever it is they need to come back out. Because this game, I mean, 20-7 is not great, obviously, but at the same time, you're not out at all at this point. This is a team that if you make the adjustments, you can come back and you can put some points on the board and make it competitive, and maybe get out of here with a win.
And that's our look back on the first half, our eye on the game, brought to you by Kennar Eye Care. The crew at Kennar Eye Care wants to make sure that you can see what you're looking at. Locations in Pittsburgh and Girard. Check them out at KennarEyeCare.com. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with more of the GN Bank Halftime Show. Dragons trailing Labette County Grizzlies 20-7 at the break. You're watching Dragon Football on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
At GN Bank, we're your neighbor. We see you at the store. We cheer with you at the local football games, serving you with the same friendly faces you have come to know and trust. GN Bank, the best place to bank and borrow.
Hold on. It's monstrous.
With Crawcan's multi-gig internet, you can experience monstrous speeds for every device in your home or business at the same time for a low, no-nonsense price.
At Girard Medical Center, our physical and occupational therapy department is dedicated to helping you bounce back stronger. Whether you're recovering from an injury, surgery, or just want to move better every day, From student athletes to seniors, we provide personalized care and expert support right here at home. To learn more about our therapy department and our other services, visit GirardMedicalCenter.com, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans and your hometown team for health and healing. Rooted in rural, focused on you.
From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
When it comes to having your labs drawn, you have a choice of where to go. For 30 years, MagLab has focused on providing quality lab work that is accurate and timely. MagLab's walk-in service typically gets you in and out in under 5 minutes with same-day results. Locally owned and operated, MagLab takes most insurances, including Medicaid, and has historically had the lowest out-of-pocket prices. So when it comes to having labs drawn, don't be told where to go. Choose for yourself. Choose MagLab.
It's the rush. Every touchdown, basket, goal, or lap is filled with excitement. It's why we love the game. It's why we play the game. It's also why we bet on the game. The rush is why we need a plan to bet responsibly and not lose more than we can afford. Problem sports gambling can ruin the love we have for sports. So know when enough is enough. Know when the game is playing you. Contact 1-800-GAMBLER for help today.
The very festive environment here in Altamont, Kansas, at Labette County High School here at halftime. A lot of little cheerleaders out there, adorable. Very different vibe than halftime last week. Many fewer xylophones.
Disturbing lack.
Yeah, a disturbing lack of xylophones this week here in Labette, Kansas. They're just not xylophone people down here.
What's that gentleman carrying? No, never mind. It's a ladder.
Nope, that's a ladder. Not a xylophone. Last week, we're joking because Shawnee Mission South had about 8 xylophones. If you missed that broadcast.
It was impressive.
And they had a very impressive band. And, yeah. Anyway, here at the break, Dragons trailing Labette County 20-7. And just a rough night for the Dragons. Just haven't been taking very good care of the football all season long, and it's really bit them tonight because it's been in their own territory where the turnovers have occurred, and it's really given this Labette County offense a short field to have to deal with, and it really increases the difficulty for your own defense. And the Dragons haven't been able to get the stops when they've needed them, and they've needed to make more than they probably would have liked to. And it's just kind of been lackluster performance or worse tonight for the Dragons. But another half of football to play. They're down 2 scores. And this is high school football. Anything can happen, certainly. But the Dragons are going to need to force some turnovers of their own and find something offensively that's working for them and just keep going to that well as often as they can. I don't know. That's my take anyway.
Well, score more points than the other team.
Yeah, no doubt. You should definitely do that. Now you're going to have to score 14 more points than the other team.
Yeah, and it's tough to, like I said earlier, it's tough to find something really good to say. We're not getting the push on the offensive line that we did last week against, I would say definitely some bigger kids. We're not getting the same push that we saw against Emporia either. And the Dragons come in, they're prepared. They played some really tough teams. Not that Labette County's, obviously, they're proving to be more than tough, obviously. But with the experience that the Dragons are bringing into it, coming off a couple of bigger schools they've played, this is a little surprising to me.
Yeah, you'd think that, playing those bigger schools and even, physically bigger opponents every week might prepare you a little bit to come push around a team like Labette County, but that really hasn't been the case tonight, as this Grizzlies squad has answered the bell in a big way tonight. They lead it 20-7 here at the break, and the Dragons going to have to really come around offensively if they want to get back into this one and It's going to be a tough row to hoe for Pittsburg to get back into this game. And this is the third of 3 road games the Dragons had to start this season, at Emporia, at Shawnee Mission South, and now here in Altamont at Labette County. Next week, thank goodness, back at home, the friendly confines of Hutch Field. Crocan fiber internet. And it's, I might even have some Italian food across the street. You never know before the game, but I'm excited to get back to Pittsburgh next week. But these Dragons, they got some work to do here in this second half. They want to go home and with their home opener with a winning record against Fort Scott, because the Tigers dropped a tight one to Parsons last week, and so you got to think that they're going to be ready coming into Hutch Field. It's a rivalry game, so they'll be ready. And man, Dragons aren't looking super ready here tonight. Maybe they could turn things around in the second half. We'll step away for another break. We've got about 7.5 minutes till kickoff of the second half here in Altamont. Dragons trailing at 20-7 at the break. You're watching Pittsburgh High School football on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
Thanks to your support, Canara Eye Care has expanded. With double the space, they offer more exam rooms, larger optical selection, and extended hours to fit your schedule. And with the latest technology, they can quickly diagnose any eye-related issues. All patients are welcome at Canara Eye Care, the clear choice for your
Chicken Annie's of Girard is something to crow about. Their family-style restaurant continues a Southeast Kansas tradition with their specialty, fried chicken, plus famous homemade onion rings, chicken and noodles, and so much more. And of course, their delicious homemade pies. Dine in or carry out available. Chicken Annie's of Girard has the best value, flavor, and service in the area. Stop in soon or call for catering. 620-724-4090.
Having the right financial partner can make all the difference. Community National Bank and Trust believes banking should do more than just hold your money. We support your goals, simplify your day-to-day, and give you room to grow with quality banking services. Withdraw, transfer, invest, apply for loans, and talk with our banking professionals online, over the phone, or in person. Let Community National Bank and Trust help you build a banking experience that works for you. Community National Bank and Trust, equal housing lender and member FDIC.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
I was raised in a small town, and there was a lot of people who took time to invest in me. And so when we decided to open up our offices, we want to make sure that we're pouring back into the community that's giving to us. We care. We want to be involved. We want to have a passion for what you have a passion for. We want to be able to give back. And that's the foundation. That's why we're more than just insurance.
We're shake, rattling, and rolling here at halftime in Altamont, Kansas. Labette County leading the Dragons 20-7 at the break as we see Pittsburgh coming back onto the field there on the far side behind the Labette County band here. And Dragons going to need to come up with something in this second half, or Labette County is going to log their first ever win against the Purple Dragons. And you don't want to be that team, JJ. No. You don't want to be the guys that gave up the first victory to an opponent that you've been playing probably for about, 50, 60 years. And however long Labette County High School has been around as an entity.
Yeah, I can speak to that
since the 60s.
A little bit. Back, I think it was my sophomore year, we went to Fort Scott, and they hadn't beat the Dragons in a number of years, probably since the 80s. And there were still Fort Scott fans walking around with Dragon Slayer T-shirts that were from the 80s, and we ended up dropping that one. A very, really close game, but these guys, I mean, they know. The Dragons know that they've never been beat by these guys before. That's looming in their heads somewhere.
Well, and hopefully it wasn't giving them a false sense of security coming into this one.
You can't overlook them.
Nope. And it kind of feels like maybe a little bit of that happened. I'm not for certain, but I'm sure they're woken up now, and it's an entire half of football left to play, but the Dragons have got to turn it around on both sides of the football. You got to find a way to get some stops against that offense, and Labette County has just started going straight up the middle at them like Emporia did, and you're going to have to find a way to stop that, because I guarantee those Fort Scott coaches are watching. They're going to watch this film, and they're going to, if it's working, they're going to give it a shot.
Well, that makes the Dragons fight against the clock as well. So if they're trying to keep the Dragon offense off the field, which they should be doing at this point, that's another opponent that they have to play.
Yep.
8-6, 9-6.
Let me check my ticket.
Yeah, I was going to say, did you win this raffle? 2.5 minutes left here at halftime. Second half action coming up. Dragons trailing by 13 at the break. Got some work to do in this second half if they want to keep history from rearing its ugly head tonight. We'll step away for a quick break, and we'll be back. You're watching Dragon Football on Pittsburg Sports Live.
Nothing says luxury like a Lincoln. Take advantage of 0% financing for 66 months right now on the all-new Lincoln Navigator. Come see us today at Mike Carpino Family of Ford Lincoln Dealerships, Columbus, Parsons, Pittsburgh.
Hold on. It's monstrous.
With Crawcan's multi-gig internet, you can experience monstrous speeds for every device in your home or business at the same time for a low, no-nonsense price.
At GN Bank, we're your neighbor. We see you at the store. We cheer with you at the local football games, serving you with the same friendly faces you have come to know and trust. GN Bank, the best place to bank and borrow.
It's a bird.
It's a plane.
It's Chicken Annie's Girard. When you're facing a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Catering and carry out from Chicken Annie's Girard. When an onion ring craving is too much to bear, when the family's coming over and you weren't aware, it's Chicken Annie's Girard to the rescue. When there's 20, 30, 100 to feed, you need Chicken Annie's Girard indeed. A heroic value, superb flavor. When there's a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Chicken Annie's Girard.
When it comes to having your labs drawn, you have a choice of where to go. For 30 years, MagLab has focused on providing quality lab work that is accurate and timely. MagLab's walk-in service typically gets you in and out in under 5 minutes with same-day results. Locally owned and operated, MagLab takes most insurances, including Medicaid, and has historically had the lowest out-of-pocket prices. So when it comes to having labs drawn, don't be told where to go. Choose for yourself. Choose MagLab.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
At the Farm and Ranch Division of the Four-State Agency, we're a team of experts who genuinely care about you and your farming operation. That's why whether it's a visit to your farm or a friendly chat at our office, we're committed to delivering the service you deserve. Our team is fully licensed in both crop insurance and LRP, allowing us to cover your entire farming operation across Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Contact us today to see how we can help.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
At Girard Medical Center, our physical and occupational therapy department is dedicated to helping you bounce back stronger. Whether you're recovering from an injury, surgery, or just want to move better every day. From student athletes to seniors, we provide personalized care and expert support right here at home. To learn more about our therapy department and our other services, visit GirardMedicalCenter.com, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans and your hometown team for health and healing. Rooted in rural, focused on you.
Today we're going to do an experiment to see just how fast CrawlCan's multi-gig internet is. In your email, you'll find 2 links. When I say go, click on the first link to download the 500 gigabyte test file. Go! Okay, now when I say go, click on the second link in your email to upload the file. Go! I guess it really does eclipse all other internet.
Release the CrawlCan. Monstrous multi-gig speeds for a low, no-nonsense price.
Welcome back to Altamont, Kansas, Labette County High School. At the half, Pittsburgh Purple Dragons trailing the Labette County Grizzlies 20-7. Dragons will receive the kick to start the second half, and they've got some work to do. But JJ, you were looking at halftime warm-ups, and it looks like Dragons might start a new signal caller here in the second half.
Yeah, Jamarcus Davis was on the sidelines. He was taking some snaps, so we'll see if they put him in.
Jeremiah Latimer struggled a little bit in this first half, as you know, you're taking a 150-pound sophomore and giving him a varsity start. You'd expect a little bit of struggle. We'll see what the Dragons have cooked up here for this second half. Short little pooch kick. Fielded by Meadows. Makes a man miss, and he's wrapped up and brought down at about the 37-yard line of the Dragons. And that's where Pittsburgh will take over, first down and 10.
Covered by the Grizzlies was really good there. Meadows is a slippery dude. He's, you know, I've seen him, I don't know how many times. I've watched him forever, it seems like. I don't know how many times something like that he's able to slip through, but the Grizzlies did a great job of getting down there and covering him and bringing him down.
So first and 10 for the Dragons from the 37. And it looks like a run straight up the gut by Riley, and he'll pick up about, they keep moving the stick. It looks like, call it 5 yards.
Solid run by Riley. That's what we're looking for.
2nd and 5 at the 42. And Jamarcus Davis is in at quarterback. Handoff straight ahead to Riley. He'll have enough for a first down across midfield into Labette County territory to the 49.
You know, powerful run by Riley again. With Jamarcus in, I think we may see some more bootlegs out, and he may just tuck it and run with it. He's definitely an electric player who can get some things done out in the open.
First down and 10 now for the Dragons. They move the ball back to midfield. It was a gain of 8 on the play for Riley. He's alone back in the backfield behind Davis. Dragons double tight, 2 wide to the near side. Here's the snap again, a handoff to Riley. Fights through 1 tackle and into the second level of that defense, and he'll be brought down after a gain of about 7 on first down.
You know, what I'm seeing here is a little bit better push from our offensive line. They're beating them off the ball. You know, Kane C just had a great, he fired off. He's able to make it there. We're getting a good push, so let's see if we can continue that.
Dragons will stay with that double tight formation. Davis under center. Riley in the backfield behind him. Here's the snap. And they'll hand off to Riley. He's met in the backfield. Just great penetration straight up the middle that time by that Labette County defense.
So I need to stop talking. It seems like every time I do, we go the opposite direction. But they were really doing a good job of getting off the ball and making contact quick.
Good play that time by J.C. Garrettson. He's Jace Garrettson, excuse me. He's a 6'1", 270-pound freshman.
Little fella.
Yeah, just a little guy. Too wide to the far side this time for the Dragons. They line up double tight. Riley in the backfield behind Davis. They'll put Derringer in motion, and a hard count gets Labette County to jump, and that'll be a free first down for the Dragons. I'll mark this one off.
Offsides on Labette County, that's going to give Pittsburg a first.
We're moving the right direction.
Indeed. We'll move it up to just inside the 39. We'll call it the 38-yard line of Labette County. First down and 10 for the Dragons. Riley again in the backfield behind Davis. Double tight set for the Dragons. Too wide to the far side. Here's the snap. The handoff will go to Riley off the left side. Spins through a tackle into the second level, and he'll be out close to a first down. Inside the 30, they have him marked to the 29, and that will be enough to move the sticks for the Dragons.
Now that's the Malcolm Riley run that we have grown accustomed to. Strong running, he's making it through. We're getting a good push from the line. He's making it through the defense and making sure that it takes several Grizzlies to bring him down.
9-yard run that time for Riley. Sets the Dragons up first and 10. They'll stay with the same personnel group, same formation. Davis under center. Here's the snap. Handoff again to Riley off of that left side. And do you think it's just that they feel like they got to respect Davis on the run that might be opening up a little extra lane for Riley there?
It certainly could be, because Davis is a threat to run the ball.
Tackled by number 65, Justin Nash.
Pushes the ball down to the 24. Call it a gain of 5 on first down. Too wide to the near side this time. Meadows is the man on the outside. Motion up front before the snap for the Dragons, and that'll push him back 5 yards and set up a third down and long. And that's the sort of thing that, both of the tackles went. So
yeah.
Something was off there. And it'll bring up a second down and 10 for the Dragons.
Big drive here for the Dragons. If we can put one on the board and we pull within one score, still have plenty of time to go and pull ahead of them.
Too wide to the near side. Double tight again for Davis. Handoff to Riley in the backfield. He's submarined and brought down, and the penetration that time just busting through and cutting the legs out from under him was Michael Reed, 6'3", 250-pound senior, up on that defensive line for the Grizzlies, and it brings up third down and long for the Dragons.
Yeah, Reed did exactly what you want to do when you're on defensive line. You just make a pile there, and it worked out exactly the way you draw it up, where the running back runs into that pile and falls to the ground.
Loss of a yard on the play, sets up a third down and 11 right at the 30-yard line of the Grizzlies. Dragons need a play here. Here's the snap. Davis lost it, gets it back, almost lost it again, and recovers his own fumble forward for about a yard, but that brings up fourth down and 10 for Pittsburg. They're inside the Labette County 30. I think they're going for it.
At this point, yeah, I say go for it. Get that score. And even if you don't, even if they have a turnover on downs here, you still have better field position than you've had when you didn't turn the ball over.
4th and 10 from, we'll call it the 29. Put a man in motion, quick pitch to the outside. That goes to Cortland Jones Jr. A flag coming in late. Jr. stacked up and dropped for no gain, as they just could not find the edge that time. And we'll wait and see what the flag is. It's holding against the Dragons. And Labette County is going to decline that, and they'll take over on downs.
Need to have the Dragon D step up big right here and get us a turnover.
So the Dragons' first drive of the second half goes 10 plays, but then stalls out with a turnover on downs inside the Labette County 30. We'll call it the 28-yard line, where they'll take over first down and 10. Six and a half minutes to play in this third quarter. I formation behind Wyrick. Double tight set. Here's the snap. Hand off to Fields, trying to find the edge on the near side. Three Dragons had a shot at him, and they'll finally bring him down after a gain of about 2 up to the 30-yard line. It'll bring up a second down and 8 from there.
Cortland Jones Jr. with the tackle for the Dragons. After some big misses, we had an opportunity to maybe get him for a loss, if not, you got to wrap up.
Yep.
You got to wrap up.
Had chance. Those open field tackles on a shifty guy it's pretty hard if you've ever tried to do it. It's not the easiest thing in the world. The Dragons need to come up with that play. 3 backs in the backfield again. Who's got it? And it ends up in a loss. The Dragons do a good job bottling that one up. And it'll push back about a yard. It'll bring up a third down and 10.
Yeah, Dawson Mooney on the tackle. He's fired up. He's ready to go.
So the ball back at the 28-yard line after the big play by Mooney. Labette County will go 3 wide on the far side. Claiborne and Fields. Nope, Claiborne will go out wide to the near side, so 4 wide now. Fields in the backfield behind Wyrick. He's going to roll out, looking to throw. Has a man. The throw too low and incomplete. He'll bring up fourth down and 10 for Labette County. Stops the clock. Most importantly, 4:54 to play third quarter.
That play eerily similar to several that we saw against Shawnee Mission South, where they get out to the flats like that and have a buffer, and they're able to make an easy completion. Fortunately for the Dragons, the ball fell short and hit the ground before the receiver had a chance to get his hands on it.
So, punting situation for the Grizzlies. Nolan Nash set to punt it away for Labette County. Malachi Meadows stands at the Dragon 40-yard line to receive the punt. Good snap. The punt is away. It's a low end-over-end punt. Meadows will let it land. It takes a heck of a Grizzly bounce. It's going to roll inside the 35 and be downed at the Pittsburg 32. Meadows didn't have any chance to field that because it was so short and it's such a low trajectory, but when they're kind of a line drive punt like that, they tend to roll quite a bit. This one did. Dragons take over first and 10 at their own 32.
A positive thing for the Dragons, that last series from the Grizzlies did not eat up a whole bunch of clock. So just a couple of minutes of time. So still just over 4.5 minutes left here in the third quarter. So, and they still have an entire fourth quarter. So plenty of time for them to get the points on the board. But plenty of time doesn't mean it's going to happen. So they got to push it over the goal line.
First and 10 for the Dragons from their own 32-yard line, and had a little something going on their last drive, but it petered out on a turnover on downs inside the 30-yard line for Labette County. See what they got this time. Pitch to the outside. This one goes to Landon Profit.
Here we go.
He's got some room across midfield. 40, 35, finally drugged down from behind at the Labette County 30. So there's that big play that the Dragons needed to try and build some momentum and get back into this one. Big play that time.
Now, we've been trying to hit the outside play so much, and it just hasn't worked. Whether it's been just the defense getting through too quick or developing too slow, one way or another, it just hadn't worked. This one, though, huge run by Landon Profit.
38-yard gain that time by Profit. Gives the Pittsburg Dragons a first down. They marked him down inside the 40 at the 38. I thought he went further than that.
Yeah.
Here's the snap ahead to Riley. Makes a couple men miss across the 35, brought down at about the 33.
Good tackle, but a better gain by Riley.
They took over on the 37, and now the ball rests at the 34. A lot of scribbles on my stat sheet. Call it second down and 6 from the 34. 2 wide to the near side. Hand off to Riley. Met in the backfield. The Dragons just not doing a great job of stopping that penetration up front. That's the second or third time we've seen Riley get met at the mesh point with the handoff by a defensive lineman, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 8 for the Dragons.
The offense that the Dragons run, you have an assignment. If you can't get across to get your blocking assignment, then that's the kind of thing that can happen. 64 came through almost untouched and was able to make the tackle way easier than what he should have been.
Yeah, bear hugged Riley in the backfield. Now the Dragons looking at a 3rd and long. They need a play here. Davis under center. Riley in the backfield. Davis going to run with it. He's got some room. And he's out close to the marker. He's going to have enough for a 1st down. Big play on 3rd down by Jamarcus Davis. Gives the Dragons life offensively.
I've been waiting to watch Davis run the ball on this. I'm glad he finally had his chance to do it. And what a big pickup for a 1st down.
Call it a gain of 11 on the play. 1st and 10 for the Dragons. They were looking at a 3rd and 10. And Davis got just enough to get him the 1st. New set of downs for the Dragons. Davis under center, double tight set. Meadows, the wide receiver, to the near side. Jones Jr. on the far side. Derringer in motion, handoff straight ahead to Malcolm Riley. And he is drugged down, spun down after a gain of about 3 on 1st down. Bring up 2nd down and 7.
59, nearly a suplex for wrestling fans there.
I think that's illegal, actually, in football. I think you get a flag for that, don't you?
Not tonight.
Not tonight. This is a suplex safe zone here.
That's right.
Ball rests at the 23-yard line of Labette County. 2nd down and 6 for the Dragons from that spot. Meadows, the lone wide receiver, off to the far side. Double tight set for the Dragons. And a couple wingbacks. A lot of personnel. Derringer in motion. Davis rolls back. Now he's going to take off running, find some room on the far side. Pursued from behind and finally steps out of bounds after picking up a Dragon 1st down. We'll see where they mark him out. Looks like he's right at the, is that the 10? So far away. At about the 10-yard line.
Yep. Davis able to make the moves, zigging, zagging. Great game.
1st and 10 for the Dragons from just outside the 10-yard line, so I think it would be possible for them to get a 1st down without scoring. Jamarcus Davis has come in this 2nd half. He's trying to bring the Dragons back. Portland Jones Jr. in motion, high pitch, gets the pitch, but Labette County does a great job of swallowing that one up. That was Keegan Bates. Got into that Dragon backfield, 6'5'9", 155-pound senior, strong safety coming up and making a play defensively for Labette County, and that is about a 10-yard loss for the Dragons. Now it's 2nd down and 20 from the 20, just outside the 20.
Davis getting hit almost at the exact moment that he was going to make the pitch. That's a tough play to make, and fortunately Jones able to kind of one-hand that ball and fall on top of it.
If he doesn't field that pitch, that's a live ball. And I think the Dragons, Labette County moved into the neutral zone, and they'll pick up an offsides penalty, and Dragons will pick up 5 easy ones.
Okay, the call is encroachment on Labette County. 5 yards is marked off, and that's going to make it 2nd down and 14. 2nd and 14.
Yeah, I talked earlier a little bit of how quickly the Grizzlies got through their last series. We are chewing up a lot of clock on ours.
Got to come away with points here if you're the Dragons. Here's the snap. Davis straight ahead.
There you go.
Riley's got some room, makes a man miss, spins off another tackle, still fighting. Dragons pushing him forward. There's a penalty flag in late. And Malcolm Riley into the end zone. No, they're going to mark him just short of the goal line, pending the flag, which came from the backside of that Dragon offensive line. We'll see. Riley was already downfield when they threw that flag. Dollars to doorknobs. I'm going to say this is against Pittsburg.
Yep.
They're talking it over. The Dragons already starting to walk backwards. And we'll see what the call is someday.
If the play were to stand, at this point, we're definitely going to have a 1st down. But based off the reaction the Dragons had, I'm going to assume that it's probably going to go against them.
Well, not for lack of deliberation on the part of the officials.
No, yeah.
I think our government's concluded trade deals in less time. Here we go. It's grabbing from the bottom. I don't know. What was that signal? I don't know. It's the, I don't know.
Whatever it was, not good for the Dragons.
Whatever it was, it backs them up.
Wow.
10, 15 yards. Who knows what it is? What?
It's a major penalty.
Are you not allowed to push your teammate forward or something? Because somebody needs to tell the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't know. What does this mean? I want to look it up.
Yeah.
The PA announcer didn't know either because nobody seems to have identified what that penalty was. Davis with it, going far side. He's got a little bit of room. Finds the lane, makes a man miss, lowers the shoulder, and he's trying to make up a bunch of yards. Blow the whistle. And they finally do. And Davis gets up to about the 15, 14-yard line. And it'll bring up third and about 14 from there.
With the way these, 20 seconds left, with the way these drives are going, the time they're taking, you have got to put it in the end zone. This is 4-down territory. Oh.
And flags everywhere. 1, 2, 3, 4.
It looked like the defender may have grabbed a piece of the face mask there. We'll see what the call is, though.
Flag on the play.
Signal a face mask against Labette County, and that'll be a first down for the Dragons. That's a big penalty.
Yeah.
For Labette County.
Just over 5 seconds left.
I'd have to sit in your lap to see the scoreboard, JJ.
Well, I promise you, there's 5.3 seconds left.
Yeah, I'll just go with I'll take your word for it. How about that?
I'm not sure this chair would hold both of us.
And that'll do it for the third quarter. Dragons knocking on the door when we come back. They're trailing the Labette County Grizzlies 20-7. 1 quarter left to play. Dragons on upset alert. When we come back, you're watching Dragon Football on Pittsburg Sports Live.
At Girard Medical Center, our physical and occupational therapy department is dedicated to helping you bounce back stronger. Whether you're recovering from an injury, surgery, or just want to move better every day. From student athletes to seniors, we provide personalized care and expert support right here at home. To learn more about our therapy department and our other services, visit GirardMedicalCenter.com, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans and your hometown team for health and healing. Rooted in rural, focused on you.
Having the right financial partner can make all the difference. Community National Bank and Trust believes banking should do more than just hold your money. We support your goals, simplify your day-to-day, and give you room to grow with quality banking services. Withdraw, transfer, invest, apply for loans, and talk with our banking professionals online, over the phone, or in person. Let Community National Bank and Trust help you build a banking experience that works for you. Community National Bank and Trust, equal housing lender and member FDIC.
1 quarter left to play. Dragons trailing the Labette County Grizzlies 20-7. But the Dragons have the ball deep in Labette County territory. They are driving, knocking on the door. And if they can make this a one-score game, things get a lot more intriguing as the Dragons line it up. We'll call it 3rd down and 8. They need to reach about the 2-yard line for the first. Lone back in the backfield behind Davis is Riley. They're going to run option near side. Davis throws, and it's caught by Malachi Meadows. No, they're going to say incomplete right in front of the pylon, and that'll bring up 4th down for the Dragons, and I expect that they're going to go for this.
I had a series of 2x12s in front of me. I couldn't quite see the end of that play.
So definitely a well-reinforced press box. So 4th down and 8 for the Dragons, and that pass just, where only Meadows could get it, but right off the top of the grass. I mean, might throw that guy a jump ball. Davis under center, lone back in the backfield's Riley. 3 wide receivers in the set. Now there's a flag comes in from the backside of the Labette County line. That's delay a game against the Dragons. And, well, we haven't seen that one yet, so that's a new one.
Yeah.
Delay a game tonight. Let's mark that off your list if you had your penalty bingo card. So the Dragons going to back it up to about the 15, and they're going to practically have to score here in order to get a first down.
Yeah.
I mean, it's possible to pick one up without scoring.
If you get that close, you might as well score.
Yeah, you might as well just lean forward and score. Meadows lined up to the far side. He's the only wide receiver. Double tight set. Riley in the backfield. They'll put a man in motion now.
There you go.
Oh, there he goes. Davis takes off. He's into the end zone for the touchdown, and that's your dual threat quarterback right there coming off the bench, and the Dragons have the touchdown as they trail it now 20-13. We're back down to a 1-score game.
Davis is the spark. That's what I've been waiting for. I mean, he came in after halftime, and you've seen it a whole bunch already. I mean, the offense is playing differently with Davis in a quarterback.
And they're going to go for 1 here and try the extra point. Bring out Rueda.
Yeah, smart decision. With,
Yeah. I mean,
you can walk out here with a 1-point win.
Yeah. I mean, a touchdown extra point wins it.
Yeah,
Not
as long as it says 21 on your side and 20 on theirs, you're good.
Yep. But you got to get another stop if you're the Dragons. Here's a snap, high snap. Now it's and no good.
Oh, boy.
Now the Dragons need a touchdown, a 2-point conversion to tie.
Tackled by Kagan Bates. Now needs to score.
I don't think that was
a touchdown and an extra point to tie.
Yeah.
The 2-point would win it. And, just a lot of mistakes. The Dragons,
Yeah, I
there's
definitely
a
don't
Greek
think that
general,
was
I
intended.
can't remember his name, but he said that he feared his own mistakes more than his enemies' designs. And tonight, that's certainly been the case with the Dragons.
Little Caesar?
Yeah, maybe. You're right. He followed that up with a pizza. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain that wasn't an intentional attempt at 2 points. Blocking just broke down there, able to push through.
And just not a great snap. I mean, the snap was hard to handle, and just a lot of things went wrong there for the Dragons. And, when you're a blocker on an extra point attempt, you don't think you're going to have to block that guy all day.
No.
You just
you basically take one move, and that's it, and you're done. But
nope, not on that play. And so now the Dragons, they're still one score game.
Yeah.
And very little has changed here for Pittsburgh. They still are going to need a touchdown, and they're going to need a stop first, but then they're going to need a touchdown. And they got 11 minutes, 43 seconds to get her done. Can they thwart history? Or keep it going, whichever way you want to look at it. Rueda set to kick this one away.
Good kick.
Fields and Nash back to receive. Deep kick. This is Nash. Had a big return the first time. Not this time, as he stopped inside the 20-yard line. And I think Labette County, they're going to give him forward progress to the 20. That's extremely generous. It's Christmas in September, and Labette County will take over on their own 20.
Beautiful kick by Rueda. If I'm not mistaken, this is the worst starting field position that the Grizzlies have had all night.
So 1st and 10 for Labette County from their own 18, or from their own 20, I formation. And they try to just go straight ahead again. And this time the Dragons stopped that one for a real short gain. And, the tush-push type action, I'm not a fan of it in the NFL. I'm certainly not a fan of it in high school sports. It just looks like a great way to get somebody hurt.
Well, and you could also potentially get that devastating call called on you that we haven't yet defined.
Yeah, the weird grab the behind hand signal from the official. One of our rules experts watching this game is going to text you and let you know.
Make a call to Manhattan.
I formation, Fields with it. He's got a little bit of room out there, cuts it back against the grain. Meadows is there to meet him along with
Bonner.
Yeah, and Meadows is a little bit dinged up after that one, but he looks to be okay. And it is a first down for the Grizzlies, and time keeps ticking for these Dragons. Got to get a stop, and if you're Labette County, you're going to use every second of that play clock. Or not. Break the huddle and come to the line.
Yeah.
18 seconds. Staying in rhythm. Again, they have the 3 backs lined up in the backfield behind Wyrick. Hand off the Fields. The officials blow this one dead. And Labette County picks up an illegal procedure. That's a big penalty against them and could force them to put the ball in the air. If you're the Dragon defensive backs, this could be hunting season for you here.
Yeah, certainly. Labette County is going to be wanting to try to get that first down. If we can keep them further away from that, the better.
I don't know how willing are they going to be to put this in the air, though.
You know, I would like to say not extremely willing, but I've been wrong so much tonight. I'm not going to venture to guess.
Again, 3 backs behind Wyrick. Double tight set for Labette County. This is like straight out of 1958. Wyrick thrown downfield, has a man too high, just over the head of his intended receiver, Nolan Nash, who's the leading receiver on the team. And Nash would need to have been about 1.5 feet taller to come down with that one.
Max Bush on the coverage there, trailing to the receiver and making his presence known.
But Nash did have a step on the defender.
He did.
And it was there.
Yeah.
Wyrick just couldn't connect on the pass. You got to think you're going to see some more of that. Here's just second down and long for the Grizzlies. I formation now in the backfield. Fields and Claiborne behind Wyrick. Double tight set. Here's the snap. Dragons show some pressure. Fields able to get around it to the outside, but the pursuit gets there. And the Dragons drop him for a very short gain on the play, and Fields paid for that one. And that was an expensive 6 feet. If you're Deontay Fields, and I credited Partee with the tackle.
Yep. Yeah, it looked like there was a bad exchange on the snap. Everything kind of hit the ground, and the play blew up at that point.
One of those, I think, one of the Dragon linebackers brought a delayed blitz and timed it just right at the snap as well. Now we've got Wyrick lined up in the shotgun with Claiborne. Back to pass, coming near side. Has a man, the catch is made, and immediately tackled is Nash. Nash ran a little quick slant, and he was open briefly. The Dragons did a good job of recovering and bringing him down, and brings up a 4th down for Labette County. And if you're protected a lead here, looks like they're going to go for this, JJ.
Yeah.
And I would think if you're protecting the lead, you punt that ball away.
Right. Especially with, honestly, as well as their defensive play tonight.
Yeah.
Put the trust into your defense.
Right.
I'm pretty surprised to see this.
Yeah, this could be a big play. If they don't convert this, this is the big turnover for the Dragons. So 4th down. They got to go about 4 yards. Need to cross the 40 to pick up a first.
Dragons need to watch for the hard count here.
3 backs in the backfield behind Wyrick. See how disciplined this Dragon front is. And there's a timeout, Labette County, as they want to talk it over. Dragons did not bite on the hard count. We'll take a timeout as well. 8:32 to play in the game. Dragons trailing by 7, down 20-13 to the Labette County Grizzlies. You're watching Dragon Football on Pittsburg Sports Live.
At GN Bank, we're your neighbor. We see you at the store. We cheer with you at the local football games, serving you with the same friendly faces you have come to know and trust. GN Bank, the best place to bank and borrow.
Today we're going to do an experiment to see just how fast Crawlcan's multi-gig internet is. In your email, you'll find 2 links. When I say go, click on the first link to download the 500 gigabyte test file. Go! Okay, now when I say go, click on the second link in your email to upload the file. Go! I guess it really does eclipse all other internet.
Release the Crawcan. Monstrous multi-gig speeds for a low, no-nonsense price.
So Labette County elects to punt it away on 4th down. Dragon defense gets that stop. The punt is a high arcing punt. It's going to hit and take a Labette County roll across the Dragon 40 to about the 38. That's where Claiborne will down it for Labette County, and that Dragon offense back out on the field, trailing by 7. 8:22 to play. And now the Pittsburg Dragons need a 4-minute drive, 5-minute drive here.
Yeah.
And needs to end with a touchdown.
And we got a good starting point compared to where we've had it in the past. So, Davis has been a nice spark to the offense, getting everyone else going. So let's see what we can do.
Davis under center. Riley in the backfield with him. Here's the snap. Davis running again, makes a miss. Out across midfield, 45-40. There's a flag down. I think they're going to call a hold against the Dragons, and that's devastating. I didn't see it. And Davis scores, but all for naught. As officialdom says no, no, no.
Malcolm Riley had a huge block to blow that play open, where Davis was able to get through the hole and make an amazing run. Unfortunately, like you said, all for naught.
Holding against the Dragons, and that's going to back them up. And if you're Davis, let's just catch your breath, young man. Let's do that again. Labette County doesn't seem to have an answer for his quickness. And that's there.
Yeah.
So it'll back the Dragons up inside their own 30 at the 29. Killer penalty. And I don't know if that was a Labette County commissioner who called that one. So the Dragons line up double tight again. First down and forever at their own 29. They got to reach the 48 for a first down. Here's a quick pitch to the outside. Nice cut. And fighting for yards, fighting forward, finally driven out of bounds. In a late tackle out of bounds. No flag there from the county commission. And the Dragons will have it second down and about 10 from the, call it their own 38. So they got all those penalty yards back plus 1. Now they're looking at a second down and 9.
Gutsy run by Landon Profit, number 3 of the Dragons. He's also been a nice change of pace coming in to give Riley a breath, and him and Dawson Hall.
Profits had a couple good runs. Hall had a couple good ones late in the first half. Derringer in motion. Davis back to pass, being pressured, needs to get rid of it, and has to eat it, and he's sacked as a corner blitz, or safety blitz from Barrett Heston got home, and
we got pretty fortunate there.
It could have been a fumble.
The ball was being bobbled a little bit. He's able to hold on to it and wisely just went down for the sack.
If you're the Dragons at this point, the passing game has not worked very well for you tonight. I don't know how many times I dropped my quarterback back to pass here in this situation. Davis with it, running option near side, picks up a back block from Malcolm Riley. There's a pass completed on the near side, and that catch was made by Derringer.
Okay, I like what we got going here. Every time we say something's not a great idea, they pull it off.
It's not a great idea to run a 60-yard touchdown play.
Yeah.
Not a good idea.
No,
don't do that.
definitely not. Don't even try it.
That's right. Shows what we know.
Yeah.
Right? That's why we make the big bucks.
That's right.
Coaching football. Just over 7 minutes to play in the game. Dragons down by 7, driving here.
Here we go, big
Fourth
play.
down and 2. This could be your game right here. Davis under center. He's been the signal caller for the Dragons for the second half. Busted play. Now Davis trying to make chicken salad, and he does.
Yes.
Oh, that's a terrible spot. The far side official's going to mark him just short. That's not fourth down. That's a turnover on downs, and that is a terrible spot.
Amazing effort by Davis. You can't help the spot. Wow. Heartbreaker.
My mama said when you don't have something nice to say, don't say nothing at all.
Well, my mom said a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
Most of it
I don't listen to a lot
of it.
of
I can't repeat.
Yeah. Well, Dragons, yeah. So 1st and 10, Labette County now. 6:43 to play. Dragons need to force a turnover quickly. Here's the handoff. That it's Keegan Bates with it. 5'9", 155-pound senior. And Dragons found something that worked offensively, just found it too late.
Yeah.
And this might have been a different game if they'd have been able to find that offense sometime in the first half.
This area here, so just a little bit of time left, fourth quarter. This is where defenses can get in trouble by trying to go for the ball instead of wrapping up and making the tackle and getting them off the field.
2nd down and 8 now from the Pittsburgh 45. Wyrick under center, I formation. Claiborne and Fields behind him, and again, straight ahead with Wyrick. And just a lot of pushing and shoving, not very attractive football. And the quarterback keeper gains him about 4 yards. It'll bring up a 3rd down and about 4. And Dragons are going to have to stop that one because I bet you're going to get another dose of that here coming right up.
That's going to bring up 3rd down and 4 for Labette County.
And, you know, as an official, it's hard to spot that ball when there's all those bodies in there. And
Sure.
It's just, ugh. So the ball at the Dragon 41, 3rd down and about 4 for Labette County. Wyrick under center, I formation again. He's going to turn and hand it to Fields.
Nice.
Nowhere to go for Fields. He loses yards, and it'll bring up 4th down for Labette County, and we'll see how adventurous they want to be on this 4th down call.
Several guys in on there for the Dragons. Looked like Parker Pinamani had the first hand on him, brought him down. A gaggle of other Dragons.
Now, if you're Coach Argabright for Labette County, you don't probably want to put the ball back in Jamarcus Davis's hands.
You'd prefer not to.
In a one-score situation. But at the same time, if you're going to put it back in his hands, you want him to have to go 80 yards or 90 yards, whatever it be. But nope, they're going to go for it here. 3 backs in the backfield behind Wyrick. Dragons showing some pressure. And timeout, Labette County.
That's become the in vogue thing to do.
Line up, call timeout.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, the cool kids are doing it. Stops the clock with 4:14 to play in the game. Dragons trailing by 7. Labette County trying to beat the Dragons for the first time in recorded history.
Yeah. When you put it that way.
Since mankind emerged from the cave. We'll see if they get it done. We'll stay right here. Wouldn't want to leave the drama.
I like the heart that the Dragons have shown, even coming back to this. I know it was, at that point it was only 1 score, but you're down 20-7 as you go into halftime, and to come back and make it a game, that's good for them.
So Labette County going to go for it. It looks like a little bit of confusion as they're trying to get lined up. Wyrick in the pistol, Fields in the backfield behind him. 4 wide receivers in this set. Here's the snap. Wyrick back to pass.
Yes.
Quick throw, batted down, and they'll turn it over on downs. Dragons will get it back. They'll have another shot with the offense here in a 1-score game.
Parker Pinamani comes up big for the Dragons there to bat that pass down.
40-yard line. 41-yard line. 1st and 10 Pittsburgh.
Dragons heading back out on offense. Davis leads them up to the line. 2 wide. Riley is the back. Snap. Davis brings it outside. Gain of about 4 on the play.
Nice open field tackle on the quarterback.
Brought down by number 65, it looks like, of the Grizzlies. Brings up a second and 7. Second and 7 for the Dragons from their own roughly 45-yard line. Davis brings them up to the line. 1 wide receiver. Handoff goes to Riley. Churning the legs. Big batch of Grizzlies there to bring him down.
9 and 7, and that is Camden Good and Aaron Wyrick.
It's like about a gain of 3 yards on that play.
3rd and 3 for Pittsburgh.
Leaving the Dragons with 3rd down and 3 from their own 48-yard line. Davis huddles him up, breaks the huddle. Brings him up to the line. He got a 1 wide. Tight group up at the line. He's got him wide open.
Oh, no. Not wide open.
Oh.
And Davis just falling away from that throw, was never really able to plant his feet. Threw it up for grabs and late interception, big play by that Grizzly defense.
Who was that? Was that Mason Derringer he had out there?
I think so.
Derringer, he had beat his man. The throw just, like you said, just not able to plant to get a good base to throw off of, so the throw came up a little short. If he had put a little more on that, Derringer would have had a touchdown without a doubt.
Yeah, and when we looked at the Dragon passing game this year, every time they've thrown one over the top, it's been a little bit short. And that one was short of the receiver and picked off. And it's not over yet, but this Dragon defense is going to have to come up with something big. Here's Fields cutting back against the grain, and a good gain on 1st down. He'll be out close to the sticks at about the 38.
Yeah, and that's one of the things I was
37.
talking about there. The initial defender, you can see him punching for the ball rather than wrapping up to make the tackle. And when, a good thought. Obviously, we want to get the ball back, but we also want to limit the amount of yards they get and certainly not let them get a 1st down.
Desperate times, desperate measures. 2nd down and short now for Labette County from their own 37. But it's that clock is the 12th man right now for Labette County, and they know it. 3 backs in the backfield behind Wyrick. He's going to go straight ahead, bust through that first line. He's going to have a 1st down out close to the 40-yard line. And it's not pretty, but it's working for Labette County as they pick up the 1st down out to the 40-yard line.
And DeMaris Partee on the tackle for the Dragons.
Minute 42. Looking at the play. Doing math in my head here real quick. Maybe they got to run one more.
Yeah.
And we could be witnessing history here tonight. Unfortunately for the Dragons, not the kind we want to witness, but this could be the first time ever that the Labette County Grizzlies have defeated the Pittsburgh Purple Dragons. And man, off to a stumbling start this year are the Dragons. They'll be, if they can't turn things around here, they'll fall to 1-2 on the season, heading into a rivalry game against Fort Scott back at Hutch Field next week. And rough night tonight for the Dragons. But I think they may have found something offensively with Davis. He's a pretty electric player, and I couldn't see how you would rationalize not having the ball in his hands. High formation now behind Wyrick. Here's the snap. Hand off the Fields, going far side. Fights through one and brought down after a gain of about 5 or 6. And there's a timeout on the field. Pittsburgh calls it, stops the clock with a minute 34 left to play, but it's pretty much an academic exercise at this point for Labette County.
Although we've seen stranger things happen, I mean, the ball still has to get snapped, has to be handled. There's plenty of things that can happen. The big question, will we see it? Well, can you hear the tuba player down there?
I know that tune. You go around to these local high schools and you definitely see the effect of the Pride of the Plains marching band, you know, the residual effects of it out across the entire region. And this little tune's one of the...
Yeah. Well, rightfully so. Pride of the Plains.
Yeah.
I mean, they're always something to watch.
Yeah. They do it right. Now, they don't have 20 xylophones, but, you know.
We're working on getting more out here.
Yeah, a man can dream, you know. High formation, straight ahead again. And Labette County, they don't have to run anything too dynamic. Wyrick straight up the gut, and they're sitting in a third manageable, and if Pittsburgh can't stop that quarterback keeper right up the gut, they're going to pick up another first down right here.
Yeah.
And that's the last timeout for the Dragons. Stops the clock with minute 30. And they can smell it here in Altamont.
Wonder if they have a pig roasting or something somewhere further luau.
Yeah, I was thinking if there was a particular gate out in the country where everybody got together. I don't know. This town will be walking on air tonight if they're able to pull this one out, and looks like they'll be able to. If they're able to pick up this first down, it's for sure, barring some unforeseen catastrophe. Hand off to Fields, caught in the backfield, and the Dragons are going to wrap him up, and brings up fourth down. Pittsburgh can't stop the clock, though. Minute 21 and ticking left on the clock. Brings up a fourth down and 6, and we'll expect Coach Argabright to let his play clock run down to about 1 or 2 and then call a timeout and punt this one away to Pittsburgh, leaving them just a few seconds to perform a miracle.
Yeah, I mean, the large lady is in the house. She's warming up, but she hasn't.
She's gargling salt water.
She hasn't sung yet.
Mm-hmm.
Labette County has called their third and final timeout, so neither team has a timeout left.
And that's what they do. They call the timeout, and no timeouts left for either team. Can't take them with you, JJ.
No, that's what they say.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Coach Argabright calling for the punt team, so no surprise there.
Well, time for the Dragons to pull out all the stops here. Malachi Meadows going to be back to receive the punt. And I think if you're the Dragons, you can't let this one hit the turf. You got to field it.
Got to get under it.
Wherever it goes.
Yeah,
you got to get under it.
With Malachi, he's a dangerous weapon. If he can get the ball, if he can get ahead of speed, make a couple of moves, we could spoil that luau still.
Yeah, and he doesn't have to score, but you're going to have to get a big chunk of this yardage. Wouldn't hurt to score, though.
I'll take it.
So Nash set to punt it away for Labette County. Meadows back to receive for the Dragons, standing on his own 25. Here's the snap to Nash. It's high. He's got it. Kick is away. It's high, going nowhere, and it's out of bounds on the Grizzlies side of midfield. Dragons will take over 1st and 10 at the Grizzly 45 with 35.6 left to play. Now, again, the Dragons can't stop the clock with a timeout, so we could see some pass plays here.
Yeah, certainly.
And I think if you're Davis, if that pass isn't 100% there, take off.
Yep.
And get out of bounds. 3 wide in this set for the Dragons. Durden on the near side. Malachi Meadows on the far side. Davis rolling out, going to throw it. Has Durden in.
He got it.
He caught it.
Nice.
Steps out of bounds. He's short of a first down. No, he has a first down. At about the 40-yard line, it'll bring it 1st and 10, just inside the 40 at the 39 of the Grizzlies. So it's not over till it's over.
Yeah, great pickup there. Great catch. Way to get his foot down.
27.8 left for the Dragons, and I don't know how much cushion Labette County's given, or if they're trying to prevent the big play. Meadows, quick hitter to the outside. It's dropped. It was right into the hands of Cortland Jones Jr. He just couldn't haul it in. And that stops the clock, though.
Yeah.
With
Only a couple
19 seconds. And the Dragons looking at a 2nd down and 10 from the 39. Now the officials are talking something over. And they're asking to add some time to the clock, make it 24 seconds instead of 19.
There we go.
So add 5 seconds for the Dragons.
We can use every one of them at this point.
Yep. And if you got a few in your pocket, we could use those too. 3 receivers again for the Dragons. Davis under center, takes the snap. He's rolling near side. Throws downfield, has a man again. The catch made by Durden. Right inside the 25. It's enough for a Dragon first down. Stops the clock with 18 seconds left. And if you're Labette County, I would think you would want to cover the out patterns.
Yeah, yeah, they're playing a little too soft.
Yep.
We're picking up nice chunks of yards every play.
You know, if you miss a tackle or a man gets past you,
yeah,
that's the game. So Labette County trying to play it smart here. Davis with the snap, rolling near side. Thought about running. Now he's going to throw it up for Durden. Catch is incomplete. No good. As Durden could not control it going out of bounds. He's upset. Needs to keep his head. And it'll bring up 2nd down and long for the Dragons with 11.7.
Yeah, right now you definitely don't need any silly penalties going on.
No. Play within yourself. Durden, I think, thought that the defender got there early. And we have a hard time getting that call tonight.
Yeah. And you don't see often where the player talks the referee into changing the call.
Persuasive speaking usually isn't part of it. Davis rolling, now in trouble, continues rolling. Tuck it. Here he goes. Off and running. Heads for the sideline and gets there with 4 seconds left to play. Coach Argerbright trying to get this home crowd involved. Get the 12th man.
I mean, if they're able to hold on for 4 more seconds, this is for a first year sort of a signature win at this point.
Yeah, they might tear the goalpost down here at Altamont. He can't even watch Coach Argerbright.
I don't blame you, Coach.
He's on the other side of the field looking. Okay, he's turned around, backing up. As a head coach, sometimes that's all you can do. Davis back, being pressured, rolling, still being pressured. Turn the corner, time's expired. Heading for the goal line, he stopped just short. And Labette County's going to escape 6 feet short. The Dragons come tonight, and the Grizzlies get their first ever win against the Purple Dragons. 20-13, the Dragons fall to 1-2 on the season. Labette County improves to 3-0. And history made tonight here in Altamont. And the Dragons, that's a rough one. We said coming out of Shawnee Mission, they lost that one 35-6, but they had reasons to hold their head up. Tonight, man, you kind of gave this one away if you're the Dragons.
Yeah, man, I don't even know what to say on that. I mean, but hey, we came back. We were a couple yards away from tying this baby up.
6 feet away, and they could have tied it up right there, but Labette County able to make the play right at the goal line and stop Davis just short. But if there is a silver lining, something to take away from this for the Dragons, Man, that offense looked good in that second half.
Yeah.
Looked good.
Yeah.
Looked productive and explosive. And
defense allowed no second half points.
Right.
So
I don't know, man. If I'm the Dragon coaching staff, it's something to think about.
You didn't get a quarterback battle?
Yeah. I mean, Davis looked real good.
He did.
And that's about the best that Dragon offense has looked all season. Just got a late start on it. He took over with a 20-7 deficit and brought the Dragons within 6 feet of tying this game up in the fourth quarter. So you take your hat off to Jamarcus Davis. But, again, you got to tip the cap to the Labette County Grizzlies. They played a heck of a game tonight and overcame history. And you look at the way they're carrying themselves or running off the field right now. They are fired up. And Pittsburgh's, again, they're going to go back to the drawing board and get some stuff worked out. Doesn't get any easier next week as they welcome in the Fort Scott Tigers to Pittsburgh, an age-old rivalry. And, Dragons got some stuff to work on between now and then. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back with some post-game action and put a bow on it from here in Altamont. You're watching Dragon Football on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
It's The Rush. Every touchdown, basket, goal, or lap is filled with excitement. It's why we love the game. It's why we play the game. It's also why we bet on the game. The Rush is why we need a plan to bet responsibly and not lose more than we can afford. Problem sports gambling can ruin the love we have for sports. So know when enough is enough. Know when the game is playing you. Contact 1-800-GAMBLER for help today.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
At the Farm and Ranch Division of the 4-State Agency, we're a team of experts who genuinely care about you and your farming operation. That's why whether it's a visit to your farm or a friendly chat at our office, we're committed to delivering the service you deserve. Our team is fully licensed in both crop insurance and LRP, allowing us to cover your entire farming operation across Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Contact us today to see how we can help.
Selling equipment can be a hassle. Whether you're needing to replace an old tractor or you're finally getting to retire, the time and energy needed to clean, prep, promote, and sell seems daunting. That's why you need Tyler Jackman and Big Iron Auctions. From one piece to the whole farm, Big Iron Auctions can deliver your items to more than 750,000 registered bidders. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 or learn more at BigIronAuctions.com. From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
Nothing says luxury like a Lincoln. Take advantage of 0% financing for 66 months right now on the all-new Lincoln Navigator. Come see us today at Mike Carpino Family of Ford Lincoln Dealerships, Columbus, Parsons, Pittsburgh.
Welcome back to an ecstatic Altamont, Kansas, as the Labette County Grizzlies, for the first time in recorded history, defeat the Pittsburgh Purple Dragons on the gridiron, 20-13 tonight. And Pittsburgh falls to 1-2 on the season. Labette County improves to 3-0.
Yeah.
And if the SEK League was a thing, them and Chanute would be in the driver's seat for the SEK. Pittsburgh High going to have to bounce back. They return to Hutch Field next week. Finally a home game, but it's against a big rival, the Fort Scott Tigers, and they've got some things to get tidied up offensively heading into that game. And Dragons defense looked pretty good tonight against Labette County.
Yeah.
The offense took a half to get going, but the second half came alive, able to cut it down to a one-score game. And Jamarcus Davis just 6 feet short on a quarterback scramble that would have tied the game at the end of regulation, and stopped at the 2, just 6 feet short of the goal line. And the Dragons fall for the first time supposedly ever to the Labette County Grizzlies.
Yeah.
And, man, the crowd here in Labette County, they are fired up, and the players should be fired up as well. It's
certainly
a night of glory here in Labette County. And for the Dragons, it's once again a time to dust yourself off and get ready for next week. And something the Dragons are going to have to do for sure. And but, again, did see some spark in the offense tonight.
Absolutely.
Davis was a difference maker. And anybody who watches the tape, watches this film, watches this broadcast, you will see it. And we'll see if the Dragons get him into a more prominent position next week, maybe when before they have a 13-point deficit. And we'll see how that goes against Fort Scott.
Yeah, at this point, the conversation has got to happen. Christian Krogan, he's done a good job. Unable to play tonight due to some injuries, so Jeremiah Latimer steps in. He does what he came to do. He came in on short notice. Now, with Davis coming in, you got to have that conversation. I would think as a coaching staff, they're going to look at it and you got a little bit of a quarterback battle.
Yeah, and, it seems from what we saw, the limited sample size we saw tonight, that Davis has the physical abilities to make up for a lot of other mistakes.
Yeah.
That missed block here, poor pattern there, whatever. He can make something out of nothing, and I think that this Dragon offense may need someone like that this season, because things haven't always gone right, and you need a guy who can kind of take a bad situation and turn it into a good one. And we saw Davis do that a couple times tonight. He darn near won the game on a quarterback scramble when everybody was covered. The protection was breaking down. He tucked the ball, took off running, came up 6 feet short. And, man, what an effort tonight by that guy. And hopefully the Dragons can carry some of that momentum into next week. But this one stings. No two ways about it. Losing to an opponent that you've dominated for all time. And to lose this one here tonight on the road, it's going to be a quiet bus ride back to Pittsburgh, I would guess.
Yeah, I would assume so at this point. They have to be pretty unhappy with the outcome of it, but if they look and see the good things they can take out of it, hopefully after they watch film, they'll take the good things, we build upon that, and then we go back to Hutch Field and we give Fort Scott everything they can handle and then some.
All right. Well, let's take our final break of this post-game show. We'll come back, put a bow on it from here in Altamont. The Dragons dropped their first game ever to the Labette County Grizzlies, 20-13, and you've been watching it here on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
It's The Rush. Every touchdown, basket, goal, or lap is filled with excitement. It's why we love the game. It's why we play the game. It's also why we bet on the game. The Rush is why we need a plan to bet responsibly and not lose more than we can afford. Problem sports gambling can ruin the love we have for sports. So know when enough is enough. Know when the game is playing you. Contact 1-800-GAMBLER for help today.
Having the right financial partner can make all the difference. Community National Bank and Trust believes banking should do more than just hold your money. We support your goals, simplify your day-to-day, and give you room to grow with quality banking services. Withdraw, transfer, invest, apply for loans, and talk with our banking professionals online, over the phone, or in person. Let Community National Bank and Trust help you build a banking experience that works for you. Community National Bank and Trust, equal housing lender and member FDIC.
Chicken Annie's of Girard is something to crow about. Their family-style restaurant continues a Southeast Kansas tradition with their specialty, fried chicken, plus famous homemade onion rings, chicken and noodles, and so much more. And of course, their delicious homemade pies. Dine in or carry out available. Chicken Annie's of Girard has the best value, flavor, and service in the area. Stop in soon or call for catering. 620-724-4090.
You've heard go big or go home. At Big Iron Auctions, you can go big from home. With thousands of pieces of equipment, active auctions, bidding at your convenience, and an easy-to-use site, BigIronAuctions.com can help you grow big. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 to see how Big Iron Auctions can help grow your operation. Bid now, list now at BigIronAuctions.com.
At GN Bank, we're your neighbor. We see you at the store. We cheer with you at the local football games, serving you with the same friendly faces you have come to know and trust. GN Bank, the best place to bank and borrow.
At Girard Medical Center, our physical and occupational therapy department is dedicated to helping you bounce back stronger. Whether you're recovering from an injury, surgery, or just want to move better every day. From student athletes to seniors, we provide personalized care and expert support right here at home. To learn more about our therapy department and our other services, visit GirardMedicalCenter.com, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans and your hometown team for health and healing. Rooted in rural, focused on you.
When it comes to having your labs drawn, you have a choice of where to go. For 30 years, MagLab has focused on providing quality lab work that is accurate and timely. MagLab's walk-in service typically gets you in and out in under 5 minutes with same-day results. Locally owned and operated, MagLab takes most insurances, including Medicaid, and has historically had the lowest out-of-pocket prices. So when it comes to having labs drawn, don't be told where to go. Choose for yourself. Choose MagLab.
Hold on. It's monstrous.
With Crawcan's multi-gig internet, you can experience monstrous speeds for every device in your home or business at the same time for a low, no-nonsense price.
Welcome back one final time to a festive and elated Altamont, Kansas tonight as the
one side of it.
Well, those who are left.
Right.
The Labette County Grizzlies defeat the Purple Dragons for the first time in recorded history, 20-13. Tonight, the Dragons dropped to 1-2 on the season. They're back in action next week at Hutch Field against the Fort Scott Tigers, and that's not going to be a pushover opponent either. In fact, when you look at the Dragons' schedule, I don't see many pushovers on that schedule.
No.
And so they're going to have to right the ship here quick because it's just 3 weeks into the season. But we saw some, again, every week when we watch it, we say, oh, we saw some things tonight. We saw some flashes. And we did again tonight, saw some flashes. And let's just see if they can replicate some of that next week as some positive plays coming from the offense in the second half. Defense looked good in the second half as well. And the benefit of next week being at home, we won't have to get off the bus.
Right.
And so hopefully the Dragons will come out hot against Fort Scott, who dropped a game to Parsons last week. I didn't see who they were playing this week. I probably have it somewhere. But Dragons are going to need to turn things around quick to defeat Coach Latimer's alma mater in Fort Scott.
Right.
So a lot of work for the Dragons this coming week. But we'll have that game for you Friday night from Hutch Field. Pregame 6:30, kickoff at 7 as the Dragons welcome in their age-old rival, the Fort Scott Tigers, and try to get things back into the winning ways. But tonight they drop a historical loss to the Labette County Grizzlies. And whatever the record was, it was a big number and 0. Tonight it's a big number and 1.
Yeah.
As the Labette County Grizzlies get the win tonight. And everybody here very happy about that, except anybody wearing purple. And Dragons going to have to turn it around next week and take on Fort Scott. We'll have that for you here on Pittsburgh Sports Live. But I think that's going to do it for us tonight from here in Altamont. For J.J. Carlinger, I'm Josh Ledner saying thanks for joining us. You've been watching Dragon Football on Pittsburgh Sports Live.